15 minutes late, which was mostly my fault, but still.
I don't know where we're going, but I take pride in not knowing. And you say I will be the one to let this
Hey, Wack.
Yeah,
Every time I drink a beer, I think of you.
that's nice. On the air.
We're live.
Yes, we are live.
I was about to say, I
No
just
one
looked
was
at the
watching.
Twitch tab and I saw my face and I'm like, wait a second.
That's not your face.
I can explain that later.
They're gonna go back and watch that one.
Are we? Wait, so we've started the show now.
We have started the show now.
Oh, my face looks
I don't know
good
if I should
on
even-
TV.
I
Can you
don't know if I
post a
should
link
even
in
do
the chat
intro.
so I can tweet it out?
It's on Twitter. Should have immediately
Here,
tweeted.
Okay.
I'll put a link in the chat. That's fine.
Unlike Whackman, I'll be helpful and actually put the link in the chat instead of
Booyah,
promoting my
that's
Twitter to
what's
someone
up.
who already follows me. There it is.
I beat you to it. I win.
That's jab number 1. Jab number 2 is Jameis the Rapist. Anyways, welcome to 3-Bar Exploits, episode number 25. We're doing
Welcome.
this live. We have the usual crew of myself, Bondfire, and Whackman19, as well as Tryhard Engage and Rainman from Team T-Spawn, who's ready to throw down and complain about the Xbox One either not working and or sucking and or both.
Well, first off, let's clear out who here purchased an Xbox One?
Me.
Okay. I would have, but
Not
financial reasons didn't allow me to, so. But okay. All right, there we go. So 2 Xbox Ones. Who here has a PlayStation 4? Okay. All right, we got a good crowd tonight, people.
Not me.
We got a good crowd. Have we all
But I
seen
can
the
act
Twitter
like
rants
I
on
have
both
one. I
consoles
can act like I have one.
and multiple videos?
So you want to do the intro now that we're like 3 minutes in?
Intro of, like, the actual literal intro? Like,
The technical intro.
I don't, you do what you want.
Okay, well since I'm
It's
starting
your
medic
ship
talk
to steer
off,
now.
that's
Well, yeah.
it.
Why don't we're gonna start off with some medic talk because we got something good. Whackman
Yeah.
does.
We want to thank Strictly Business Gaming for sponsoring us, and definitely appreciate that. We need to talk about their competition team too.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
and saw a little bit about them at the gaming event, so I'm anxious to hear how that went.
All right, so medic talk to start off episode 25. Bring back a little medic talk, and put myself on the main screen. Bonfire, you were not complaining, but commenting that medic talk was kind of making you down a little bit, and this wasn't off air. This was comments that you actually made.
Oh
on
yeah,
air.
no, yeah. I mean, they're just very depressing topics
He ain't hiding nothing.
or depressing events, more or less.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to turn that around, at least steer that ship in a better direction.
I'm excited.
This week, I actually had the opportunity to put a lot of my training to use, a lot of the emergency part of my training to use, and that's terrible for for families. It really is. It means that those kinds of negative things happen that I was actually needed to fulfill that capacity. There is something beautiful in. Let me be careful in wording this. There's something tragic and soul splintering in watching someone die, in watching a last breath be taken. There is something very sobering. There's something very sobering in being the one who's responsible to correct that. And there is something just awe-inspiring whenever you put training to use and you watch that person breathe again. You hear that person talk again. And you hear that person converse with their family and hear the I love yous and the I'm so glad you're doing betters. And it's dirty and filthy to do medicine that is life-saving. From a layman's point of view. I mean, I know exactly what's going on. I expect all of certain things to happen, and I know, like for instance, when the paddles come down and you shock someone, that they jump, and I know what that looks like, and it's not exactly like it is in the movies, though they're pretty close. But to watch that heartbeat come back on your monitor and to feel that pulse return to those veins, it's awesome, man. It's really awesome, and I'm on that high for this week. I had tweeted out, for those of you who follow me on Twitter at whackmed19.com, that we had to clean part of the Grim Reaper's boots off our shoes because we kicked him in the butt so hard, or something to that effect. It definitely wasn't that, but it was close. And that's really great, man. It's really great to be able to help someone out in that capacity, and to watch that life return. That's really great. So I hope that's more uplifting for you. There's someone who's going to make Thanksgiving now because cool training.
Because you're the freaking man.
Well, that too. That too. I was there.
So that was a lot better than somebody got hit by a train and we couldn't save him.
Speaking,
they were worse than that.
Speaking of getting hit by a train, the reason Maze Man
shoveled up the Jello.
The reason Maze Man's not with us tonight is not because he got hit by a train. He had
did he get hit by a train? Jesus.
a semi truck got hit by a train and knocked out his cable. So, Maze Man, we appreciate you watching on your phone as you promised you were going to do. Thank you so much for being here and supporting us. We really do appreciate it, even though you're not able to be in the hangout with us tonight. I do have a question: is how did the train get on the highway to hit the truck anyway?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't really think of it that way until you just said that. How does a train hit something that is typically over a road?
I don't know. I've seen some women that are so ugly they'd make a freight train take a dirt road, but...
Well, there you go. That's what happened.
That's a redneck term right there.
So,
You went there.
so Wackman, you saved someone's life this week.
Yes.
Like, they were dead, and then you brought them back.
It was a
Or
very
had
short
no- had
period
no
of time
pulse.
they were dead. But yeah,
Well, yeah, I mean, all right.
time is brain.
Yes, that is awesome. That was good. You started a little rough though, because I was like,
Well,
wait
I
a
mean,
second.
it started off kind of rough for me too.
Well, sure. No, it worked out. I liked it. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed that one. Good work this week. You know what? You get your paycheck this week. That's awesome.
Yay, paycheck.
He's going to need that paycheck to pay for that Xbox One that doesn't work.
Speaking of Xbox Ones and not working,
That's what it.
Hold on. You see this?
hey,
No, we got.
That's how Xbox One.
Is that the working Xbox One that you
This
got 5
is
days
the
late?
this is the tape
I'm
still
glad
on.
Xbox One got 5 sections of the
still on.
topic.
You know what you could do? If we hit 15 viewers, you're gonna unbox that on air right now.
If we hit 15 viewers, I'll give it away. No, I
Are
won't.
you serious?
I was like,
What?
what?
Twist, that's the broken one.
to quote something
I'm tweet that out. We'll have 40 people in here in a second.
to quote Bondfire from last week, I would never do such a thing.
That is a good quote.
I rewatched that episode today, and your facial expression was just, I will never do such a thing. And it was
was-
dead
I was
serious. As oh, we're
Yeah, I
having
know.
fun. We're having fun. I will cut you.
yeah, pretty much. Oh. All right, I gotta tweet that out. We're getting 15 viewers. We're unboxing this.
We will unbox it. I will be happy to unbox it on air.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So I'm assuming you had to return. Did you return the
Yes.
one that was broken?
Did
Man.
Best Buy pull through for you? Let me ask you that.
Did Best Buy? Well, see now.
Uh-oh.
See, here's the thing: is I was dealing with the general manager of the store, and I took it up at when the doors opened on Friday, which was the day it was actually sold. I was there, and I said, "This doesn't work. It's an issue." And he goes, "I said, tell me you have another one in the back." And he says, "We do not have another one in the back. We sold every single one of them last night."
Dang.
Oh, that hurts. And he said, "Don't worry, I have a truck coming in on Tuesday. You show up and Thursday. I have a truck coming in Tuesday and Thursday. come on back. We will make this right. And we will make this right. And I was like, all right. No. He said, we will replace it and we will make this right. Leading me to believe there's going to be a big smiley face laying around somewhere. Maybe it's some in-store credit for 10 or 15
free
bucks.
game, free controller.
Something, maybe not a $60 item.
Half
but,
my money back.
Maybe a $10 gift card or store credit or something. Have my money.
Oh yeah,
back.
that makes it right for my
That can't buy you
$500 item
anything
not
in Best
working.
Buy.
Well, it makes it right for my 10 hours that I spent in front of your store advertising that you have a product that I want that actually now doesn't work. And that's where my beef is. And I went back tonight and I was talking with a guy. I know the guy that I was talking to. I was like, hey, your manager said that you would have. I actually drove by there today in my ambulance just long enough. He was in the parking lot. I saw the general manager. I was like, hey, do I need to leave a blood sample? Because I will. I want my name on one of those boxes. I don't get off till 6:30. Make sure I've got one. And he goes, got you covered, dude. Come on by when you get off. Okay, I'll be there. Well,
Gotta go save a life.
yeah, and I did. And I'd go to take the Xbox back, and the guy at the counter goes, I don't know that we have any in. I'm like, no, you do. You had a truck come in today with my Xbox on that truck. And he said, I don't think so. He says, I said, well, and I didn't give him the option, but I said, I would be very happy for you to go back and check the storeroom. So he's okay. So he goes and checks, and he comes back, and eventually I wound up getting my Xbox. So, yay.
Because if not, I will go in my ambulance and get my shocker paddles and freaking jolt you.
I've done it this week. Don't make me do it again.
That's what I was going to ask.
That's right.
So you use the defibs. Is it anything like Battlefield?
No, because in Battlefield you have manual paddles,
Did the points go up on the screen?
and what we have are stickers.
Is it the
that
patches?
They're
The stick.
patches.
Yeah,
They're just a little bit bigger than the size of your hand. They're about the size of the PS Vita. There you go. I know you. Like
Oh,
that.
okay.
And,
So like the Vita.
and
I love how that's a reference for us.
That means we're true
Yeah,
gamers. That's what's up.
you don't put them on the
Exactly.
front of the chest. You actually put one up on the right upper chest. I'm trying to figure out your aspect ratio.
can
I
say
know
nipple.
exactly.
Wait,
what
hold
it
on, hold on. Disclaimer: do not try this at home, kids. If you go out and find
If
one of
you
these
got one of
machines
these, you
laying
better
around-
get in here and show me.
is. Yeah, right. So, I got people texting me wanting a free Xbox. Thanks, Marshall.
You said.
Use the chat, Marshall. You can do it. Anyway, you put it on the right upper chest, and you actually put it on the side, up under the armpit, so that it goes through the body. Because if you just put them on top, it'll just travel across your chest. It makes this ugly burnt line of skin that doesn't grow back real well, and families they're not happy about that. Especially if you get them back and they live a good long time. No, not too happy.
You saved his life. You burned his skin.
Oh, people,
Hey,
no. Families do not care when you save someone's life. It's like your job. It's like, well,
I
and
can see that.
it's okay. Thank you. Okay, I
Yeah.
stepped right into that one.
Yeah.
It's
It
more
is
like,
your job, literally.
I had a partner. We worked a code on Father's Day. We saved this guy's life, and his kid was doing great CPR. By the way, his kid saved him on Father's Day. How epic is that? And my partner left his phone in the house, and they didn't even want to give it back to him because it fell off his belt while he's helped saving your dad. And they're like, "Well, we don't know if we can find it. It'll be a while before we can look for it." I'm like, "Okay, that's not cool."
Next time you're dying, I'm just gonna let you die.
Yeah.
Never do. I have a job here.
That's good job security, boss. Hey, I saved somebody's life this week. What can you say?
All right. So
Yeah.
Best Buy pulled through. I'm gonna go with that. They did better than GameStop, and we all know
really
that's
bad.
true.
I had one bad experience with Best Buy.
Well, that's a dirty, rotten lie. So no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead and share it. What's your bad
Well,
experience?
it was when Black Ops 2 came out, and we went to Best Buy, and the Best Buy is like an hour live, so we drove an hour to Best Buy, like 4 months when we got there, pre-order the hardened edition. And whenever you pre-order the game, you like give them $5, and they're like, "We got one with your name. Everything's set. It's all good." Then we come up on release day for Black Ops 2, and we get there and said, "Hey, we're here to pick up a hardened edition." And I said, "We don't have any." And I said, "Well, I was here 4 months ago, and But what it was is the guy who placed the order, he literally typed in numbers wrong to where they didn't pre-order anything at all. And whenever we got to the Best Buy, the first Best Buy where I pre-ordered it, they were real sketchy about it. Like, they weren't addressing the issue. They all said, "Oh, well, I'll get this person to help you. I'll get this person to help you." It's just people standing around there not doing anything. And so we finally got one person. He said, "We're going to send you to this other Best Buy that's 30 minutes across town, and they have it, and I've already called them, and it's all worked out." And we're like, "Okay, we'll go do that." And we go to that Best Buy, and we get there, and they told us that you had it all worked out, and they said, "We don't have any." Like, we told them specifically, "We don't have any hardened editions," yet they still sent us over there. I'm like, okay, this is becoming a huge waste of time. But luckily, finally, a helpful employee came along, and he said, "This is what I'm going to do. I can't get you a hardened edition because we don't have any, and they're not going to get another truck in." So what he did is he gave us our $5 back and gave us one regular edition of Black Ops 2 for free. So one Best Buy was good, but the other Best Buy was just like screwed us over. But luckily,
moral of the story, kids, Best Buy pulled through. That's what I heard.
Okay.
The story is, don't go to Best Buy.
Oh.
Moral of the story is, I don't think Bonfire's ever actually seen Cheetah Friends on anything from GameStop, and he's just making that up.
More of the story
Just
is,
look.
don't even pre-order Call of Duty. Just go straight towards Battlefield.
Ooh, I like where he's going here.
Whoa! Whoa! What?
Moral of the story, I'm going to get Battlefield soon because Ghost is boring as crap.
Oh my god. This
Oh,
is news
pretty
here.
boring.
Okay, before we hop into this debate, because I feel like it's boiling in here. It's boiling, and I like it.
Oh, man.
It's a little toasty in here, you know? Whew. I want to hear about Xbox One. Because Oyster and Whackmed got one. Whackmed, we know, well...
Whackman hasn't really done anything with his yet, except...
he hasn't done
that's
anything
not
with his.
fair. I set it up.
You know, you messed around in the menus, you said, but...
He played it. He just put it back in the box for an unboxing video.
I played Killer Instinct.
How?
It's a digital game.
It's a digital game.
Okay. You told me on Skype, you said you basically messed around in the menus and stuff.
Well, I mean, that's basically what I did. I didn't play but a few games of Killer Instinct. And that's the only game that I actually was able to play. I don't like a lot of their menus, actually. They're not user-friendly. And they're taking, if you want to tweet at them or write them an email, they made an announcement that they are looking for user feedback on their UI. It's new, but not too new, like expectedly new. I wasn't blown away by it. Killer Instinct, it looked okay. I mean, it's not my kind of game. It looks like Mortal Kombat, only like it should on the next gen.
Did you ever play the original?
I did not.
On Super?
No.
Okay.
I played Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Which is
very comparative.
It's similar in the way it works, but
yeah.
I don't know. I can't get the combos down, so I'm a terrible player at that game.
Me too. I'm not very good at those. That was a little weird.
Yes, it was. I don't know what that sound was, but all in all, the Xbox looked really cool. I like the feature. It seemed like it could do everything it was advertised to do, though I didn't have the opportunity or the inclination to sit around and play with a broken one, knowing I would have to give it back.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Speaking of the operating system, and I know it's at least it looks like it's very similar to Windows 8.
It is Windows 8.
It is Windows 8.
Okay. What I was going to ask is, if you've used Windows 8, will this feel familiar, if not the same?
It'll feel more familiar if you've used Windows 8 and had an Xbox 360.
Okay.
Because Windows 8 is so poorly received that they had to fix it where you could use the desktop.
Because it's an iPad on a computer.
That's what they're doing.
I think your point was very perfect last week in that when I want to do work, electronic work, I go to a computer and I want to be able to function on my computer. If I want to play around, I want to use my phone. And Oyster, I think that just hit the nail on the head last week with that statement. And that's the way it works.
Yeah. So overall, for those of you that don't know, Whackmed, he unboxed his Xbox. I watched the video. If you haven't, go check it out. It looks like a kid at Christmas.
He really does. He really does.
And then it was
So
funny
funny.
because I'm sitting there. It's like 11 my time, so I know he's got the Xbox. He's ahead. He's 3 hours ahead. And I watch his unboxing video, and then like no more than 20 minutes later, when I'm logging into my PS4 there, yeah, I had to throw that in there. I see another video pop up in a tweet, and it was his Xbox.
It's like, should I shoot my Xbox One?
I was like, well, it was, no, this one. It was the one. I don't know if you guys watched the video. It's the one where he's like putting the disc, and his Xbox is vertical. I mean, he made the new mistake there. Not that that was the issue.
Yes,
I bet you got
Hey, our console
reamed in the
doesn't
comments
wobble.
on
It's like every single
Our console doesn't
comment.
wobble.
But
Smooth one, idiot.
well, I thought that's what the problem was. Like maybe it makes that sound, when it's on its side. But it turns out he got a console that did the grinding noise when you put the disc in. Just can't play games, which I felt really bad for him, because after watching his unboxing video and experiencing that same excitement 1 week earlier with my PlayStation 4, if that would have happened to me, I would have probably just
Now, can I cut in
gone
right
on hold and
here?
cried.
I want to.
Yeah, no, go
I
for it.
really owe a huge thank you to the people who had me on their suicide watch prayer lists or whatever. Like the YouTubers that I surround myself with and tweet with were so extremely supportive. Like even Oyster, who does not give off a teddy bear cuddly personality, sent me messages of, man, I really feel bad for you. And he did. I could tell it in his message. He's like, come on. I mean, Punk Man and Buno had retweeted a game site. Wow, did I just do that? Bondfire, Rain Man. Like, so many people were like, we feel for you. We really feel for you. This sucks. And I appreciate that.
But yeah,
I
like
do.
for one, you messed up my name. And I'm
There is
upset.
there is a kind person inside of Oyster deep down. You just gotta
Yeah.
get past the outer.
You just got to get past
hard
all the
crust
business.
Get past the outer shell. Get it?
He
Yeah.
just needs a hug.
I said a good joke. Did anyone get it?
I got
I
it.
didn't get
I
it.
got
I got
I
it.
said,
it. Shell, oyster.
You got to get
Oh, yeah.
inside the shell.
Oh,
LOL.
see, I got more response from Whackmed late on the party. Jeez, guys, come on.
that was a good joke. I really wish I would have got it.
It was a good one. I was proud of it.
Yeah.
Very proud of it. So, okay, so Oyster.
I was about
You-
to say, I'm going to just bust in my rant here.
Oh,
Okay, so
Here we go.
Basically, the Xbox One is Windows 8 they took Windows 8, slapped it on a console, and took all the stuff that doesn't work, or that worked well from the 360 and made it worse. Now, I guess I'll say this, it looks much better. It's much sleeker, it's faster, all that stuff that you want, but that we expected.
Mhm.
So, all of the new features that like you're excited about are cool and stuff, but then all the stuff that they had right on the 360, they completely like got rid of or screwed up.
Can you give me
So-
examples?
Yes. So for starters, one thing that I really liked about the 360 was that when you hit the middle button on your controller, you got the guide come up, and you can see your friends' messages, you can see what time it was, games, all that stuff, just by hitting the middle button. Now the middle button takes you to the dashboard again, which is what the PlayStation 4 does. That's not a huge thing, but at the same time, it makes it much harder to navigate to your friends list and stuff. Instead of hitting 2 buttons and inviting people, you have to go through like 4 different menus to invite people. Secondly, the whole invite system, whether it be games or parties, is completely broken. Now, I've had a few friends now who've picked up the Xbox One, but not enough to like use it that much. But everybody who's actually been frequently using these features says that like, if you want to invite someone to a game, you have to invite them to a party first, and then everybody in your party has to be playing the same game, and you don't get notifications if people come online. Like, I haven't gotten any notifications for anybody coming online at all
Really?
the entire time I've had it. Yeah, and they're saying that that's a glitch, not something that they took out, but nobody really knows
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm sure they can fix that.
And
They have to.
You can't be in a party with people who are on the 360, which I didn't necessarily expect that to happen, but the fact that if I go to my friends list, it shows people who are on the 360, what's the point of having them there if I cannot
You can
join a
text
party with
them.
them?
Like
You can,
message them?
yeah,
Supposed
you
to be
can
able
send a
to
text
text them.
message, but I mean, I can do that from Xbox.com or something. Like that, there's no point really in having it on there if I can't talk to that person.
I agree.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to be able to play games cross-platform. That's ridiculous, but I would think I would be able to have a party with them if they're going to be on my friends list on the Xbox
That doesn't
One.
seem like it would be that hard to achieve either. But again, I don't know details, but
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so that kind of basic stuff is aggravating so far because that's stuff that they got right last gen and they've made worse this gen, which boggles my mind. And then Whackbed sounds like he has something to add in here. So.
Well, I mean, it's a technical thing, and it has to do with the voice over internet protocol, I'm sure. As far as what the differences are there, maybe the way the interface works with the voice over internet protocol, and it may be just something that the consoles, the 360 and the One, are different enough on that basic level, that coding way behind the interface level, that it just doesn't work. I do appreciate that you can text back and forth. I do appreciate that all my friends carried over. There's a lot of things they did right in being able to port straight up. You just moved whenever I logged into the X1, the Xbox One. All my stuff was just magically there. It was ready for me. It called me by name, and then it stared at me, and that's still a little creepy.
Yeah, well, just so you guys know too, like with the PlayStation 4, same thing. Seamless transition as far as logging in. I can go on my PS3; it still works fine.
Bonfire's just gonna be like, guys, the PlayStation does it too. Don't worry, PlayStation does it too.
Well, that's a good point.
Tell you all
I
about
mean,
the PlayStation.
in all fairness,
I'm just giving.
But one of the cool things too, like you were talking about messaging people, like on the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. I mean, I can still message people on the PlayStation 3, and I actually was talking to one of my friends who has a Vita, and I was messaging him just like normal, like PlayStation 4 to the Vita, and I thought that was kind of neat. So it is cool that they're at least letting you message people, but I do think, because like when I hopped on my 360 and I saw a bunch of people that were on the Xbox One, I was like, okay, so they're on the Xbox One, but I can't do anything with those people, so...
Yeah.
Do you think maybe in future updates or maybe Gen 2 consoles they'll be able to play from Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, PS4?
I don't think they'll ever be able to play across them, but
I don't think you'll ever be able to do even chat. I don't think so.
I don't want to.
That's just my opinion.
I don't want... Like, have you seen any of the gameplay on YouTube from the Xbox One or maybe the PlayStation 4?
I watched a few streams.
I watched Bondfire's, what was it? Was it 3 Reasons You Should Get Battlefield on PlayStation 4? What was the title of that video?
That's about right, yep.
Dude, that's a different game than we played in
It
beta.
is.
I mean,
and that's why I'm oh my god.
Whoa.
Well,
like
you gotta think though. You're talking about beta in the game.
Yeah.
The graphics are going to be completely different. But I understand what you're saying. I'm not.
I'm so excited for this conversation because it's coming.
I don't have
wrong, but I'm saying that it's.
We should not play strip poker.
I just saw that too, and I was like, what?
We should not play strip. Like I don't have
That's
Battlefield
a little
4.
weird.
I don't have Battlefield 4 for the Xbox 360. But I would venture to say, with relative certainty, based on the YouTube videos that I've seen of 360 footage Battlefield 4, it's nowhere. It's way closer to what the beta looked like than what I saw on Bonfire's channel. Way closer.
You mean literally looks, or like how the game
looks? Just looks, straight looks. I mean, I don't have the controller.
So you're saying the 360
been
version looks like the beta? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that the 360 version looks a lot more like the beta.
Yep.
Than the difference in what I saw and what you showed me from the PlayStation 4. Like, there may be a step this big between the beta and the 360. There was a step that big to the PlayStation 4. It went off the screen over there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good. 'Cause I'm glad you saw that.
For me, the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 gameplay I've seen online, as far as like the quality of graphics, it doesn't look any better or worse. I think
hit pause
a lot
and
of
let it
that
buffer.
right now has to do
I think that's
with,
also because you're watching it through a YouTube video.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
it has to do with
That's a
how
great
the
point.
person edits and things like that. But the thing that's
true.
gonna, what I'm trying to get at is, I'm not just gonna buy a PlayStation 4 just to look better on my TV screen.
Sure.
Because I already play in 720 and record. So I'm not gonna buy a PlayStation 4 just to play in higher quality. If I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna buy a PC.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
Guys in the stream, I'm showing some issues, but not with the stream itself, but with the quality of the video. If you guys in the stream are having issues with the quality of the video, let me know. We'll kick Bondfire out of here for his pro PS4 thoughts and open up some bandwidth.
And then you know what I'm gonna do? Hey, Punk Man, we're gonna go play Battlefield. That's what's gonna happen.
So we lose a viewer and a guest.
That's how I'm taking viewers with me. Oh, do you see that? Let's go.
Hey, say let's go.
But the audio is crisp.
Okay.
Thank
now
you.
I got questions about the Xbox One because I love the Xbox. I love my 360. I'm gonna get an Xbox One with Titanfall drops. That's right. I said drop. And
oh, you're full of these.
I want to know about the games. I got questions here. I need to know these things. So, Oyster, what games have you played? That is an awesome sword, by the way.
All I've played is that's the ryse sword. I've played Ghost, FIFA, and Ryse, and I have Dead Rising and Forza, but I cannot play those till Christmas because I cannot buy them myself, so they're being saved as a Christmas present, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, I remember. I watched your unboxing video and I saw that.
Right.
So let's talk about Ryse, because as I'm sure all of us all aware, just like many of the PlayStation titles, it didn't get very good reviews. How are you liking it so far? I haven't had a chance to watch your Let's Play. I do plan on doing that, but
I was about to say, first of all, if you check out my Let's Play on
there you go.
youtube.com/Oyster
I like
Plays, you will see me actually playing through Ryse. But okay, Ryse is funny because it's like I've never been through a console launch before. Obviously, being the age that I am, I wasn't old enough to really go through the actual 360 launch. So, and I've heard that you're supposed to have lower expectations with launch titles because they're still working some of the kinks out and stuff. But it's still, I don't know, man. Something about it's fun, but it's not like. I guess the way I said it in the first episode of my Let's Play was that I was excited for this game because this game, along with Forza, seemed to be pretty much like the flag carriers for the Xbox One coming out of the gate, basically.
Yeah.
Like, these are the two games that they were selling as their top two exclusives to try to get people to buy the console.
agree.
So, I've read that the campaign is very short. I've only played about 2 hours of it, so I don't know for sure, but I've read people beating it in as little as 4 hours, and some people, the most I've seen is 12. The most I've seen for a playthrough is 12. So, the campaign seems pretty short, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although, and I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty, so I don't know if it'll take me longer, but the combat is repetitive. Now, basically, what people have said, and this kind of sums up my thoughts so far, even though I haven't finished the story, so I can't say for sure how good the story is, but people have said combat's repetitive, gameplay itself isn't amazing, but that the storyline is incredible, so it's almost like an interactive movie. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that personally. I like that kind of game. So if the storyline does come through and be that good, which people say that the ending is ridiculous, then I'll be okay with this game, and I would give it maybe an 8 out of 10 rating. But the gameplay is a little bit lacking. It's not free roam, which I didn't know if it was supposed to be free roam. I didn't do much research on it prior to actually getting the game, so I didn't know if it was supposed to be free roam or not, but it looked like it had that kind of look to it, but it is not. So it's a linear campaign also. So it almost feels like it's going to end up being an interactive movie. That's all I have for Ryse. I mean, the visuals are awesome as expected, but I mean, for Ryse, that's about it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's a game I definitely want to try out because it looks pretty cool. How long are each of your Let's Play videos? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I mean, I've played about an hour and a half to 2 hours of the game, and I'm about 4 episodes in as far as the Let's Play. So I've made 4 episodes. I've only posted 1 episode, but I've made 4 episodes. Is
the combat difficult to learn? Because I remember Punk Man was saying that when he tried it at that big Xbox One event when we had him on in a previous episode, he said it was a little difficult for him to learn, like a steep learning curve. What do you think? I picked it up extremely quickly. It's really easy to do it, but what it does is
like the intriguing part of the combat is not killing people and staying alive, because that's easy. The intriguing part of the combat is basically it grades you on combos, and it gives you a score based on how well the timing of your hits are.
Okay.
So the real challenge is trying to get like good combos and timing in your combat, but so that's intriguing as far as the combat, and that's kind of difficult. But just killing people and staying alive is not difficult at all. And I'm actually playing on the third to highest difficulty, not the hardest, because the hardest is locked. I'm assuming you unlock it when you beat the game once.
Yeah.
But it's I've only died like twice or 2 or 3 times through about 2 hours, and those are from stupid mistakes that I could have prevented if I were paying more attention. So
Cool.
combat hasn't been that challenging to me, at least.
All right, so Ghosts.
I've played like 2 maps of it. It's still boring.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Ghosts.
I love Ghosts.
This is the year that my channel will get away from Call of Duty and into other stuff, because I simply, like, I have about the same amount of drive. Like, when Black Ops 2 first came out, like, the first 2 weeks, when I got home from school, it was like, do everything I need to get done so I can go play Black Ops 2. Like, I want to play this game now. Ghost, I barely even had that desire on launch day. Pretty much since, like, 3 days, it's like the Friday of that launch week, I have no drive to play that game. I have, like, early summer Call of Duty-itis already. Like, it just... And it's just... on paper, I feel like the game is really good and I should be loving it, but there's just something about it that's not drawing me in at all, and I don't know what it is, but...
I think it's fatigue of the series, to be honest.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's funny.
be.
Maybe COD's finally beginning its downfall, because a lot of hardcore... Pretty much all the hardcore YouTube players I've seen have the same thought process.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it might be the beginning of the end, I dare say.
And now, honestly, I haven't played this game since probably, I don't know, it's been well over a week. I'm probably going on 2 weeks. I mean, I played the campaign the other day to continue my Let's Play of that. Go check it out. But, because I know some of you aren't going to play the campaign, so you might as well watch me. I mean, come on.
Whack med.
But,
Anyways.
I'm sorry. But I don't know. I just don't have a big desire to return to. Like I kind of want to go back and play a little bit, but only if I got like some people to play with. Other than that, I don't know. I'm enjoying other games, especially next gen Battlefield 4.
Punk man, you're breaking my heart, dude. Come off it. You're killing me.
Now, Whackman, you haven't had a chance because your disc drive didn't work, so you haven't played next gen Ghosts.
I haven't,
right?
and I'm really excited to, because a lot of the people that I enjoy playing with they're playing right now, and we're looking
On the Xbox One.
On the Xbox One, we're looking forward to doing the clan ops and stuff together as a group. Because
I heard that's live.
When we play together, we play really, really well. Like, I'm a decent player. I think my KD is like 1.3 in Ghosts. When I play with them, it's where I get my gameplays from. I'm dropping like 25 and 5 every 3 or 4 maps. And when we play together, because of the map control we institute, we own it. I also, like Oyster, don't have a like, I need to go sit down and play that game right now. I don't have that.
Yeah.
But once I get on it, I find it very difficult to turn it off.
I have the exact opposite problem. Once I get on it, it's like, I don't need to keep playing this. I can turn my Xbox off and go read on Reddit and be more entertained than this.
I think that the first
Well,
step,
because that's Reddit.
you need to teach me how to read on Reddit, because I get so lost. So we'll do that later.
Dude,
But
I
We'll
don't...
do that.
Never mind. I'll talk about Reddit later.
We'll make a Reddit tutorial dual-com.
that'll work. That'll help me a lot.
I like it.
Whenever I pick up Ghosts, I see like 5 maps that I really enjoy. Like Prison Break comes on, give me my shotgun, give me my 3-round burst. I'm holding that middle hill. But whenever Siege comes on, it's a really elongated map. It takes forever to get anywhere. The sightlines are pathetic.
I can't remember where the map is.
I'm
Again, that's how long it's
indifferent
been.
on Flooded, but
Yeah.
the Chasm,
Flooded.
when Chasm comes on, I'm like, I could really do anything else. It's really, really bad. Strike Zone is supposed to be a remake of Dome, No way. Not even close.
Yeah, it has.
The
It
servers
has
are
the.
so different.
It has like the same layout though, dude.
No,
like,
it doesn't have anywhere near the same layout.
I called it being a Dome remake before it. Like I knew it was a Dome remake.
You know, now that I think about it, it kind of does have I wouldn't say the same, but it has a very similar.
I tell you
layout.
where the huge difference is picture if you're playing Dome, picture being behind the two Hummers, the tank is to your right, you're looking at the stairs coming out of the building, and the bunkers on your left. Where is that sight line? It doesn't exist.
It's over. Yeah, it's right between A and B. It's right between A and B.
You lost.
Between the inside building and the B and the A down below the stairs. It's exactly where it is.
Well, they did a good enough job at making it different that it's different.
But I would say that's
They're
a good
bringing
thing. Though. It's
Dome
better
back
than getting
anyway,
those
so.
dang reskins that Black Ops 2 gave me.
Well, see, I did a video about this too. If they're going to give me one reskin map, but also give me one gun, I think it's a fair trade-off.
If you give me a gun, yes. But like the last 2 map packs of Black Ops 2, it just gave us like 2 reskin maps. It's like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
I felt
I
bad.
didn't like the last 2. The first one I really liked in Black Ops 2. I feel like the first DLC was really good.
Mm-hmm.
The first DLC was awesome, and then
Yeah.
the second one, it was. I like the second one, but it wasn't as good,
Yeah.
and it just declined as it went on, in my opinion. you
Yeah,
know?
I was like, Summit! Yeah! Okay, I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God,
same
how many
here.
times have I played that in Black Ops?
Mm-hmm.
I think with
You know.
my opinion on Black Ops, on Call of Duty Ghost, is that, and my friend and I both came to this conclusion on like opening day, but these were like first impressions, that it's a fine game. You're probably gonna enjoy yourself. It's not as good as Black Ops 2 in my opinion, and it's not really bad either. It's just you're gonna have fun, you're gonna enjoy yourself, but it's not like type stuff. Like you're not gonna be blown away by what's happening in
Oh
Ghost.
my
but
God.
I do like what? But I do like Blitz and Cranked. I think those are really interesting.
You like Blitz, really?
Blitz
Yeah,
is the
I
worst.
love Blitz.
Blitz. This
I love
game.
Blitz.
This probably
As
is
long
the
as you're-
worst game types of any
As
Call of
long as you're
Duty.
playing as long as you're like in a good match, because a lot of times
Define
your
good
teammates
match.
aren't doing anything. Okay, a good match is your teammates are doing well at defending and actually capturing. And a bad match, in my opinion, is basically just like we cap, they cap, we cap, and it's just swapping points back and forth. And you feel like you're just doing a marathon, like a relay race. A good match is like, you know, you're having gun fights and you're trying to defend and you're trying to get into their teleportation thing.
Every
Good,
public
but-
match game of Blitz I've played in has been like 10-1. Like they're never fun, never close. Nobody does anything.
this-
it's
I agree.
the same thing as
I've gotten a really close
Capture the
matches.
Flag in Black Ops 2, which I don't know about you guys, but I hated Capture the Flag because it was always lopsided whenever I played in it. Usually against my team because nobody on my team gave a crap about winning. So
Yeah. And then try hard. When you're playing these, you said you've had some close matches. Are you playing these with other people that you normally play with, like a good squad that you're rolling
maybe
with?
one person. Maybe one
Okay.
person. Not like, and we're not engaged at either, you know, conversating, because in every, a new thing in Ghost is that in every game type, I think it's in every game type, I saw this off a tweet, so I might be wrong, but supposedly in every game type, you can be in party chat. Like, there isn't any that you have to be in game chat. Which, I don't know, but, like, it always says, have team, like, I was playing Modern Warfare 2 earlier, and for Team Deathmatch, the description was, use teamwork to beat the enemy or something. And that, you know, you don't do that in Team Deathmatch. You just run around and shoot people. You know, that's the least team-oriented game type in the series. But
Yeah, so I got a question, Oyster, because a few episodes back, me and Macwed,
Macwed?
Ooh.
He
Whack-
screwed up my
I
name,
like
man.
that.
Macwed. We had a conversation about what the
It's
next
so
gen
low
Call of
cup.
Duty Ghost would look like, and just what we hoped it looked like. Are there any big differences besides graphical and obviously ground war? It's there with 9v9.
I've literally played 2 games,
Okay.
and it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's
That's
God dang it, dude. This game is so freaking disappointing. I am so pissed about this Call of Duty because on paper,
And it begins.
it is such a good game on paper. Like, holy crap, this should be the best Call of Duty in the history of the series. In reality, I cannot play it, dude. I cannot play it without getting bored out of my mind within 5 seconds. I played 10 times more FIFA on the Xbox One than I have Call of Duty. And I've played every Call of Duty. I've got at least like 20 days played on every single Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2. And I've played less than a day of this game through how long?
Hey, by
3
the way,
weeks?
update, we got 11 viewers in the stream, so we
Hey,
need
four more. Tweet it out if you need to, because we want to do an unboxing live.
Hey,
on the
speaking of
podcast
tweeting it
right
out,
now.
it's worth bearing note that Drifter retweeted the stream.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
invited to be here and said he politely declined, saying that he couldn't make it. And dude, Drifter gives great support. If you have a question, because he's extremely
I love
knowledgeable,
Drifter. Yeah, he
if
is.
you have a question, you can ask him, and there's a better than average chance that he will respond to you.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a good question.
Yeah,
That's man. See, I like that.
he's really down to earth guy.
I feel like you can respect someone and appreciate them more, despite their status. I mean, this goes for like movie stars, athletes, all that stuff. If they can get on your level, you know what I mean? I think that's
Yeah.
cool. Kudos to Drifter. We appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Drifter, I don't know who you are, but you.
So
freaking
we're
rock,
at 13. We need 2 more, guys. You need to tweet this
Two
out. We need to get
more.
this
Wow.
going because I want to unbox this one.
I'm getting my people.
Before we do this unboxing, because I feel like it's coming up, I want to talk about the Xbox One controller. And Oyster, I know you
I
got.
have some questions about that too.
I know you got the 360 and the Xbox One controller at your fingertips. I want to see comparisons because Boone said that it's bigger, or I mean, it's not bigger. I'm sorry, he said it's smaller.
Yeah.
And I want to
Really?
know kind of what you guys.
360 to the Xbox One.
And
He said the
some of
Xbox
its
One's
features
controller is
are
smaller than the 360.
Let me grab both of my controllers.
That's what I'm saying.
because
Yeah, go grab. I want to
haven't
know what you guys
held
think about
both
the
in my hand
controller.
at the same time, but my first impression was that the Xbox One was bigger, but I don't know, like, for
It
sure.
looks
So
bulky.
let me
That's
grab
what I
them
feel
real
like
quick.
too. But
there are features
I
of
wanna
it
know.
that are smaller. As a whole,
It looks
it's
bulky.
about the same size. I'm trying to clear room to unbox this Xbox because I feel like it's going to happen too.
it's gonna happen.
But there are features of that controller that are much small. Like the thumbsticks are tiny, man. They
They
are.
really do look.
Dude,
They're
Yeah.
like that.
Alright.
Get you some control freaks, and
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go.
Control freak
Yeah.
is that.
Hold on. Let me
Yeah,
get you on the
and-
screen. Stand by.
Like the bottom of the Xbox One, it feels like it comes down farther.
They really, like, they feel almost exactly the same size to me, like, all around. Like, maybe a minuscule, they're trying to even them up.
Yep.
It looks
Maybe a minuscule difference.
skinnier, maybe.
But
It tapers more towards the top. It tapers more towards the inside.
I will. One thing I did notice in looking at the controller, and I haven't used one or tried one out, but I noticed the battery pack is actually more like in the controller. It doesn't stick out
Yeah.
compared to the 360. That to me right there is a huge improvement.
Yeah, and
Is the PlayStation 4 remote, is it heavier?
Well, let me grab that real quick for you there, sir.
I have a
Yeah,
question too
I'm
about
just
Whack
trying to give you the
Man.
opportunity to get your PS4 on the air here.
the thumbsticks are really small
Well,
for the Xbox One, which is
My
disappointing. The
PS3
bumpers do
controller
feel
is in
weird.
the other room. Fail there. But look at this bad boy. Look at this thing. It's so sexy.
Hold
Well,
on,
I had
let me
a-
turn the main screen.
I have a friend who got to go actually hold a remote and play around on a video game before it came out, like 2 months before it came out, or a month maybe before it came out. He was invited to this PS4 party thing, and he was telling me that it was the remote felt heavier to him.
The PS4, I would say, because I kind of know what the DualShock 3 feels like. It's very light. It's very small. I would say that the DualShock 4 is a little heavier. That's not a bad thing, though.
No.
Not
I
at all.
like the PlayStation 3 remote, the DualShock 3, but if it had a little bit
DualShock
of
4 is so much better.
yeah.
I mean, for first-person shooters, it's such a huge improvement. I mean, the triggers feel nice. They work really well, especially when you're firing semi-auto weapons. The
I'm just wondering
analog
how
sticks.
it's going to wear. Like the PlayStation
Oh,
3
yeah.
remotes, for me, they wear out like within probably 4 or 5 months, and that's $70 or $50.
Dang, dude, you're hardcore.
Yeah, so
The one thing I have heard, and I can't confirm this, but they said that the material on the DualShock 4s, like analog sticks, those wear off pretty quick.
yeah.
I don't know though. Only time will tell on that. It's super grippy though, and I love it. It's good for first-person shooters, I must say.
Okay, I have a question for all. Have all of you gotten the next gen consoles for whatever you play?
No.
Okay, so you and I are the only ones that haven't. But to the others, does it feel whenever you pick up the controller, like whenever you're swapping from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, Xbox 360 to Xbox One, does it feel like alien to you, the controller, or does it still feel relatively the
It's
same?
very native.
Yep.
Okay.
Very
Yeah.
native.
Oh, and I like to snuff out a rumor, by the way. You don't have to have AA batteries to use an Xbox One controller. You can get a rechargeable controller.
Well, and can't you just use the plug it into like a USB? I saw someone on Twitter. They just said you just plug it in your computer via USB. You don't need batteries.
I'm not sure. I haven't tried
plug
that,
it
but you
in.
can get a rechargeable controller instead of a AA battery one. So
Yeah.
I was also told,
That's not
and this
true.
may be a rumor, maybe you know the answer, Oyster, but I was also told if you do the micro USB to your Xbox One, it takes out the latency. It removes the latency altogether.
what do you mean, micro? Well, I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest.
Whenever you hook up my cell phone is a micro USB, and the other end of it is just a regular USB. So
What is that? Yeah, what does that
Oh,
do?
you have an iPhone 5S?
No, absolutely
What do you
not.
have?
I have a Note 2, Galaxy Note 2. Love
Oh, my
Absolutely
dear
love
God. I should have
Android all
known
the
being
way.
an Xbox.
Yeah,
the
don't
way.
bring in the
Call of
whole
Duty
Apple
lover.
Android thing. That's
Android
a
all the way.
conversation
Oh,
we
I
don't want
would
to get into.
join that argument immediately.
Anyway, whenever
If we
you
have
plug in, your
I will hop
controller,
on that train.
whenever you
Hey.
plug in your controller to your Xbox, it removes the standard 5 millisecond latency that is between a wireless controller and the console.
So basically, it makes your wireless controller a wired controller.
Right. Well, it's more than just charged, and you may not know this. I mean, some people may not know this, but wireless controllers have lag. It's a very, very small amount of lag,
Yes.
but it has lag. And that's why your tournament people play with wired controllers. That's why that's why Oyster's scuff is a wired scuff.
Yeah.
Part of the reason.
I've got also. You can just get a regular wired controller. I mean, I've got. Like,
Right.
I didn't know if it came with the console came with a controller or not, so I just picked up one right here that's rechargeable and I can use USB with to use it as wired. So.
That's cool though that it's using a micro USB now because let's say some little kid loses that cable. I mean, there's tons of other devices that use micro USB. So I think that's a big step up in terms of what Microsoft's doing. So
My Turtle Beaches uses the micro USB to charge, and it's like a 6 or 8 foot cable. So
that's awesome. There you go. Yeah, I think that's really cool. That's very cool. Now, Whackman, did you play with the Kinect at all, like voice commands or anything like that?
yes, I actually did.
Voice commands are flawless.
The
I
voice.
I want to know more about that.
No,
because
you have
I
to
want to
learn the
know if
language.
your douchebag friends been Xbox
Yeah, I
off
could
in the
walk in
middle
and
of the
say
game.
Xbox off.
It's not
that
well.
was the mage.
The thing is, it's not that quick. Xbox on, it's that quick. It just bing,
That's cool.
and it's on. But as far as like, you don't have all of the tiles pulled up and say Xbox Netflix, and it just got Netflix actually may be one of the inherent, but if the tile is up there, you don't just say Xbox do that. And like while I was in Netflix, I couldn't say like Xbox Supernatural and play Supernatural. It said Xbox. It brought up like a lower third type menu, like the bars under our names now, and it says select 1, select 2, select 3, and it gave all of them a selection number, so you could say Xbox, and it would bring that up, and you could say select 1, and it would play Supernatural, and it's very, very fluid. It is still a little bit delayed, and I think part of that is to keep you from ragging on people and just, your mom screaming from the other room, Xbox off, it's time to go to bed.
Have you tried?
Go
Have
ahead.
you tried the because whenever they had the release show, they were advertising like play games and watch TV at the same time. Have any of you tried that, like the dual screen type thing, where you could do?
Okay,
things,
dual
like how smooth-
snap thing for me is very clunky and does not work well, and it's
Really?
not 95% sure that that's just because I don't know how to use it yet, really. So I'm not really concerned about it, but so far it hasn't really been that great.
Have you tried like some of the movements, like when they like squeeze the screen?
That did not work for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That did not work for me when I tried to do it. Voice commands, though, I have a funny voice command story. I love the voice commands. They're almost spot on. And Bunu, I'm sorry, but if you think the government is using Kinect to spy on us, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say to you. But anyways, on my voice command story. So basically, I was playing FIFA earlier today, and one of my players got hacked inside the box, and what I thought should have been a penalty, and I yelled, "Come on," at my Xbox. Okay? I exit the game, post-game, I've lost. And in FIFA, like, you can get messages from your board. Like, if you're in manager mode, you get messages from your board and, like, giving you, like, we're glad you did this in such and such game, whatever. And it said your verbal abuse towards the refs was unacceptable.
I saw a picture of that.
After I yelled at my Xbox after a bad call. So that I thought was, like, completely awesome. That it can tell that I'm yelling at the referees on
Microsoft
FIFA
is
and
like-
then tell me.
using that to condone online bullying and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen people
I'm
get.
just gonna
I've
tell
seen
you now,
people
my
get-
Xbox would blow up for me yelling at it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen people get banned from the Microsoft
It
Upload
just starts
CDA where you like
smoking.
upload gameplay for saying curse words.
It just puts
Well, that's what I'm
itself back
saying.
in the
Like,
box
I was seeing
and
that
leaves.
like all on Twitter today, and like a couple videos and stuff. I didn't watch the videos, but people are saying that like if you're saying swear words and stuff, or like cussing at the Xbox or whatever, that you could potentially lose your gold membership, or so get banned or something
Whoa.
like that. Like,
Oh, I
That's
might as well.
crazy.
They just.
I
might
don't
as
know
well
how in depth it is or what
block
you
me.
have to do, but
I-
I think that's a little interesting.
I
The
thought that's
Xbox
where the
One people go to the PlayStation.
I thought that's where the reputation scale came in.
Definitely, it definitely has to play a big part.
If you're
to it.
gonna cuss at your screen while you play, it's gonna put you with a bunch of other people who like to cuss at their screen while they play. And while that helps me because I never cuss at my screen while I play, I can see that breeding this whole subculture of terrible people that just
Yeah.
become worse terrible people.
Because
And
now they can band together.
now they,
First off, I want to say, my hat goes off to you, and I respect you for saying you never curse at your TV screen while gaming, because
It's hard
Who
to
said
do.
that?
I do it.
I
It
do.
happens to me. I'm just gonna say that. But if you
hard
never
to
do
do.
that, I respect that. That's amazing. Yeah.
Talk about stuff that's cool.
it's just something that I cut out of my life a long time ago because I wanted people. First of all, you know as well as I do with a southern draw, especially as thick as yours is, and mine gets to be, especially around certain people, that it's hard enough to make yourself look intelligent.
Oh yeah,
And
it really is.
Especially in the medical field that I've been in for so long, and even before I went into that, I didn't want to look stupid. It's hard enough with this face, But if you have a larger vernacular, a box of words that you pull out and use, than the normal person, you're automatically deemed more intelligent.
Yeah.
And if you're going to say, that you're going to say something bad about something, and you say that sucks, and you want to put an expletive in the middle of it, people automatically think a couple of words that are just straight swear words, and you just throw them in there. But if you say something more intelligent, like, I think I'd rather suck on a rotten banana peel than to do that, then someone goes,
Yeah.
hey, that was kind of original. He went outside the box. And that's part of it. Another part of it is that I want to keep my language clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you were talking about being from the South and trying to look intelligent. Literally, anytime, like, I'll be talking to people on Xbox, and I'm just, maybe there's subs that want to play. They're like, so where do you live? And I'll say, Mississippi. And before they can even say anything, and I'm like, but I'm not an idiot. Like, I just, like, have to clear that up immediately. I just have to, like, I'm going to put a disclaimer on my back everywhere, because man, it's a flooded place with those types of people.
True that.
That is,
Well, to me, in my world, it's not what you know, it's the smartest person. I don't have to be the smartest person, but if I know people and I'm connected well with others, that's when you can. I mean, yeah, I don't want to sound like a complete white trash trailer park. I got some friends that are complete white trash trailer park that are just worthless. That are white trash. They just need to go back to school. I mean, I have friends that dropped out of school in 7th grade. They're my friends. They're good people, but they're just white trash. And I don't want to sound like that. And talk like this and be, yo, man,
Well,
There wasn't much
but-
difference
well,
there.
in my day,
if
we
someone
didn't have
thinks
mail
I'm not
in the house.
smart because of how I talk or where I'm from, then, that's their own problem.
What state do you live in, if you don't mind me asking?
I can't tell you that.
Arkansas.
I'm just kidding. I live in
Money
I
Georgia.
was gonna say the chat's a safe place.
The chat's a safe place.
The
The chat on the Twitch stream is not a safe place.
Not a safe place right now. It's like a war zone.
Turn back.
Never know.
Turn back.
Whiteman, I gotta ask you something.
Yes.
Live on air.
Purple.
I know you got Ghost for Xbox One.
Purple.
You got Ghost. You're gonna
Yes.
be playing Ghost. I got that. We all know that. Are you gonna be getting any other launch titles for the Xbox One that you might possibly enjoy? Uh-oh. Has he got something under his sleeve?
No, this. I was getting strangled. I was going to show you Ghost, but you went
That's
beyond that.
disappointing.
Yeah, I'm not on that train.
Just
Thanks a lot to Punkman and his ability to go play early in Arizona to the Xbox event.
That was so cool.
I really
want
to play the zombie game. What was it? Is it
Dead
left?
Rising? Dead Rising 3.
Dead Rising 3. I want to see that. And now
See
that
it or play it?
I want to play that. And
Okay.
now that next gen is upon us, I am so looking forward to
Titanfall.
what? You almost got me to say it. No, I'm looking forward to Sunset Overdrive. I want this game so
Okay.
bad. I want
That game does look cool.
But the thing is, they're doing a terrible job. They're doing a worse job marketing Sunset Overdrive
You wanna
than
know why?
Microsoft did Xbox One.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
That it ain't coming out for at least a year.
Don't do that to me.
Hey, I'm the realist. I'll give you the dates. I'll
want
give
it-
you the news.
I want it to drop in August.
That's fair.
Because in August and September, all of the people who bought Call of Duty and all of the people who bought Battlefield are going to be dying for something to play. Especially with this iteration of Call of Duty.
Man, maybe not Battlefield, but I said that purely for entertainment purposes.
But you're right. I mean, as much heat as Ghosts is getting, Battlefield 4 is not getting that.
And I'll tell you, well, we'll get to that later. I still want to talk about the Xbox and the launch titles. So you're excited for Sunset Overdrive?
Yes.
That's like, if you were to say that's the next gen game I'm waiting for, that's it?
If it was an option on launch day, I would have bought Sunset Overdrive and played Ghosts on the 360.
Wow. All right, there we go, people. You heard it here first. Try hard. I know you're not. Are you going to get a next gen console within the next year?
Hopefully next year.
Okay. What title, next gen title, are you looking forward to?
I know Watch Dogs.
If you say Ghosts, you got to leave.
I know Watch Dogs is PlayStation, right? Isn't
No,
Watch Dogs
it's all platforms.
Oh, it is. Well, I'm really looking forward to that. That looks really
That
good.
does look sick. It looks very good. I like that answer.
Yeah. And I really want to get into Battlefield.
You do.
I might make the transition.
Dude, you
I don't know.
need to get
No
in the
problem.
Battlefield wagon. You won't ever
can't wait
pick
to
up Call of
make the
Duty
full
again.
transition,
I'm just
but-
going to go ahead and tell you
It
that.
looks good.
Listen.
Looks good. Oh my god.
You know what?
Listen.
I want
Call of
Whackman to
Duty,
play
when
it
you
on
get
Xbox
premium for Call of
1.
Duty, you get like maybe a few maps, this, that, and other.
Yeah.
When you get premium for Battlefield, you get guns, weapons. I mean, you get knives. You get battle packs every month. I mean, you get a lot more. You get maps. Battlefield's the way to go. Trust me.
I really like. I don't know.
Battlefield is a great game in its own
One of my
right.
friends is huge into it.
So we got a question in the chat that Jazz doesn't know what Sunset Overdrive is. Whackman, fill him in.
Sunset Overdrive is open world, from what I've seen in the E3 trailer, and it's hard to find anything extra about it. So
It really is. I'll agree with that.
This is pretty old news here. It looks like an open world first person shooter that gives you unreal amounts of agility. And your enemies are either aliens. They got to be some kind of aliens or alien life form. Maybe you're on a different
I think
planet.
they're actually like cupcakes.
No, they're not cupcakes.
I know, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
But it's like you like in Dead Rising 3 when you manufacture your weapons, there's some type of manufacturability to your weapons. Like the guy he runs out of bullets, so he charges his shotgun with a can of soda pop. And there's this huge explosion, which is the end of the trailer. But it's a really cool trailer, and there's like alien brains splattering all over the side of a '69 El Camino or something like. I don't know, I'm making stuff up at this point, but it's like if
Keep making it up.
Bart's
Sounds good.
yeah, I want that game.
Give her that.
Yeah.
If Bart Simpson were to play, if Bart Simpson were to become a Call of Duty soldier and play Borderlands in a Grand Theft Auto world, that's what my fantasy is.
Don't you dare bring Grand Theft Auto into this conversation. That is a sacred, sacred game.
It really is.
No, I will say this though.
Like,
Sunset Overdrive.
Bonfire, have you?
What?
You haven't played it in a while, though, have you?
No, we actually need to play that game.
We do.
I want to make some more videos because
I'm down.
I was thinking about that, and I was going through some old footage, and I was like, you know what, this game kicks ass, and it is hilarious to watch. Like I watch Gold Glove, who's like my favorite YouTuber, and I watch one of his GTA videos, and I'm just sitting there, like I'm laughing so hard because it's so stupid, and it's so funny, it's so entertaining to watch some of these gameplays, and what happens. I want that on my channel right now, so we need to team up. We'll coordinate that accordingly. I lost what I was going to talk about. Oh, Sunset Overdrive.
We're talking about Sunset Overdrive and how much terrific it looks, and
I was going to say the art
really
style.
appeal to me.
The art style is it's
We're talking
cartoony,
about
but
the
I like
heat
that.
in
I think
the
that's
chat
cool.
right now.
talk about the heat in the chat right now. No, we can't
By the-
talk about the heat in the chat right now. It's just,
Jazz says
It's
when,
not
when is it
Jaquarius.
coming out?
when is it coming out?
It's
There's not a
Jaquan.
release date set for it.
It is Jaquarius.
It's Jaquan. That is me. Good old Bondfire and Jaquan will go on some missions. It's gonna be good.
Whatever.
Stay tuned for that.
You want to tussle?
We ain't doing no more
Let's
Maze
tussle
Team
right here.
Deathmatch. You and your
Well,
jump shanks.
If you want to know something I've been thinking about doing, which all of you might hate me and
Oh,
might
God.
not for this,
I'm just kidding. What?
I don't
gonna
know if
play
I'm going to get a
Spyro.
PS4 or an
You shut
Xbox
your
One.
mouth.
I might build a PC.
No!
And be a PC guy.
PC
Oh, he's
leader.
going to the dark
No!
side.
He's going to the
How do you uninvite somebody from this hangout?
You need to leave.
What do you click on?
I'll tell you right now why you don't want to do that, and I will tell
here
you
we
very
go.
explicitly,
Just
and
do a
I will
join
change your mind
master
immediately.
race.
It's not okay. PC Master Race can go shove it up
No.
there. You know what?
You
know
can't
why?
because
the only thing they've got is graphics. That is it. That's the only and Steam graphics and Steam. Other than that, that is
Steam's
all
pretty-
they've got.
James,
Well,
okay.
Steam's
I
pretty
am-
good plus.
I'm
Steam's pretty good
I'm
plus.
almost just strictly a Battlefield player. If I'm just strictly a Battlefield player, then PC is where I need
graphics
to be.
are yeah. yeah.
Well, having a controller is better than having keyboard and mouse, especially if you're already a console player.
You can you can use a controller on the PC.
Yeah, but that's usually not
That's frowned upon.
that good. Yeah.
No,
Most of your
I'll
friends-
tell you this.
You're on
So is texting and driving, but people do it. Just saying.
And you
Fair
can get
enough.
pulled over, apparently.
And you can get fined.
You can
But-
get pulled over for eating.
Get a PS4. because you'll have a paralleled experience to the PC on Battlefield 4.
All right, I got a question. I want each of you to go down the line and answer. Oyster, if in 1 year, which console do you think will be the better console in 1 year?
Ooh.
Define better.
You
Yeah.
make up your own definition. Don't tell me what
I
it is.
don't-
But
Say that again. You beeped out on my.
in 1 year, which console will be the better console?
Let me start my answer by saying I don't feel as if I have enough information on the PlayStation 4 to know if it's good or not, and I honestly don't feel like I have enough information on the Xbox to know if it's good or not yet. But if I had to make a completely non-biased guess, and the fact that I'm not, say, non-biased tells you that I'm going to go with the Xbox. But if I had to make a completely non-biased guess, I would say the Xbox, simply because I feel like there's more potential to do more things with the Xbox. Like if you say games versus games, I feel like they'll be relatively equal. It depends. I feel like it depends more on what kind of gamer you are as to which kind of games you like more, which exclusives. And I feel like one of the reasons people have been saying PlayStation 4 is way better than games is because PlayStation 4 has been all about games and Xbox hasn't. Just because Xbox is focusing on other things doesn't mean that the games will be bad. So even if we were to say that PlayStation will have a little bit better games, I still think the Xbox has more potential to do more in other places that will help it overcome that and be better, in my opinion. But it's too early to tell. I mean, I don't know enough about my own console, and don't know anything about the other one. So
We're
Bondfire?
forgetting about another console. But we'll bring that up later.
Which console do I think will
In
be
1
superior?
year.
In 1 year. The reason why I'm going to go with PlayStation is this. Because they haven't revealed all their cards as far as what exclusive titles they're going to have. Now, they did tell us that a new Uncharted's coming, and that series is phenomenal. It's going to do really well on PlayStation 4, especially looking on next gen. It's going to look so good. And that's a game that I'm looking forward to. So as far as I would say single-player experiences, if that's what you're looking for, I think the PlayStation 4 is going to outshine the Xbox. Because I really feel like that's what the PlayStation 3 did previous gen. I mean, on the single-player experiences and those types of games, you know, like Heavy Rain was one of them. I would include Metal Gear Solid with PlayStation because that's where it was originated. Uncharted, The Last of Us, which, by the way, is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Those types of games are superior on the PlayStation 3. I feel like you get better single-player experiences on the PlayStation, and the Xbox One and 360 offer you better multiplayer experiences, aka Titanfall is going to be on the Xbox One. That's going to be a huge title. I don't know what other big titles are coming up. And also PlayStation 4 has The Order 1886. I think that to me is going to be the Gears of War for PlayStation. So
Is that out?
I think that's going to be... No. It's not coming out, I would say, till March or later. Probably not till like June, but I think that's going to be a really awesome game. I think it's going to be a Gears equivalent on the PlayStation side. That's my thoughts. But I know they've got that Quantum. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. That Quantum game for the Quantum Break for Xbox One. I think that's going to be a really cool experience. But I think that's also going to be similar to Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. Those type of very story-driven, interactive movie type games. But I think the Xbox One's got some good titles, but I think if you're looking for a multiplayer experience, that's what the Xbox is going to be. Single player as PlayStation's going to have. Though Battlefield 4 is so good on the PlayStation 4.
Rain
I
Man,
can't say that now.
1 year.
I don't really know. I mean, right now, honestly, just because I play on the PlayStation 3 doesn't mean I like it more than the Xbox 360. I mean, I haven't played the PS4 and I haven't played the Xbox One. I feel like I really don't have enough knowledge on either of them to make a fair statement on in a year which one is going to be better. I haven't played multiplayer on either one. I mean, I can only go by word of mouth. And right now, the only things I've heard is PlayStation 4 is good and people are having trouble with Xbox One. So I don't know. I mean, I started off on the 360, but that was a long time ago. I liked the 360, but the only reason I switched to the PlayStation is because I had a lot of friends on PlayStation. So I don't know. I mean, it could go either way. I think really there's no better, no worse in either of them. I mean,
let me ask you this, Red Man, because you know what titles are coming out and
the
you
same.
know what's going on.
It's
I
just
mean, you
fanboy difference. Like,
This chat is just.
yeah, I mean,
DDoS
I understand
is
that there's
getting
different games and different things coming for the Xbox.
Well, can you guys hear me? Am I?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Rain Man's
Rain Man.
getting DDoS, so I don't know that he hears everything that gets
Yeah,
said.
Okay, you can hear me right now, right?
Oh, he's legit
Yeah.
getting deep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, you know what games are coming out for both consoles. I mean, you stay pretty informed. We appreciate that here. What game are you looking forward to most and why? Next gen. Next year. Uh-oh. I think you just officially DDoS people.
Boonu, you took him offline.
Wait,
I don't
are you
know.
still there?
I really
Mic check.
don't.
Well,
He's
I'm
here.
here now. There he is. He's back.
Yay.
Oh, that's a good picture right there. Okay,
Yeah,
I
can
think
you-
you're back. The DDoS is slightly over. Go.
Am I here?
Yeah, let's
Bailey,
give him.
You're getting here. You're like 60% here.
Okay, we're gonna give you a moment to settle down on the computer side.
Madonna.
I don't know.
We're just gonna set you down a little bit. Just stay with us there. Hold on just a moment.
Try
Alright,
hard
Tryhard,
in
you're
1
up.
year.
I honestly, I mean, I haven't got my hands on either console, so I don't know. I'm with Rain Man. I don't have enough knowledge, but I do think it's going to be really interesting with the whole Xbox. Well, they're basically both trying to be your all-in-one entertainment system. That's literally what Xbox is trying to do. That's why they called it Xbox One, because it's a cable box.
PlayStation's
Gaming
not doing
and-
that though.
What PlayStation is doing? Okay.
I wouldn't say PlayStation is trying to do that. I think they're
Okay.
giving you the essential devices that a lot of people use, such as like your Netflix, your Hulu,
Yeah.
you know, your typical streaming services, and giving you features
Yeah.
with the PlayStation camera to do something similar to the Kinect, but it's not
Okay.
your all-in-one device. That's not their angle.
Okay, well, thank you for that information. But I don't know. I do think it's going to be interesting, and also something I found on the ever so helpful interwebs is that
Gotta love
Steam is the Steam Machine prototype from iBuyPower
Yep.
for it revealed runs at 1080p and 60 FPS.
Yep. I saw that.
It'll
I
be
think it was
interesting
today,
to see
actually.
how that comes in. Yeah, that was literally today. I looked up most up-to-date gaming news, and that came up. So
That was a heartfelt moment from Whackman's camera. If you guys saw that,
Nobody
I didn't.
saw that.
I saw that.
No, you didn't.
witness.
Okay, so Tryhard. So given your answer, same question goes to you. What next gen game are you looking forward to most, regardless of platform?
Regardless of platform.
I mean, it could be PlayStation or Xbox. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think right now, honestly, I haven't delved, whatever, into the next gen that much because I know I won't be able to get it for a while. Because you know, when I would be getting the Xbox and it's $500, and you know how it is. But
Unfortunately.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs looks interesting.
I like that.
I had a stroke before I said that sentence, but it looks
it looks
different
sick.
too.
It does.
It looks really different. And when I saw I remember watching the reveal on Xbox, the Xbox reveal, and I was on Twitter too, so you could see all the tweeting stuff. Whenever they showed Watch Dogs, everybody, all the big YouTubers were like, "Holy shit, this is crazy!" And they were just blowing it up on Twitter.
Minecraft for PlayStation 4.
You know, I was actually disappointed. Minecraft is not on the Xbox One. I was like,
Really?
I'm downloading that. I'm going to at least play Minecraft on the Xbox One. It's not there. I'm like, this is going straight back to Best Buy.
Well, it's not on the PS4.
I think it's coming out for the PlayStation though. Honestly,
It is.
should
No,
be
it
coming
is.
out,
It's just
yeah.
it's not a launch
Yeah,
title.
PS3 wasn't strong enough to run Minecraft, actually.
That's right. It wasn't.
It's actually true. But,
I wouldn't play it on console.
No, you know what?
anyway,
Sony
so
was
so
like, you
far
know what?
behind.
Screw Minecraft. We don't want to play Legos.
It's
I want to play Legos.
because the Japanese can't speak Swedish.
They don't want to play Legos over there. Man.
Okay, so my answer. I
Yes.
think that
Xbox.
Yeah.
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 We know it's
Yeah.
coming.
I mean,
think
it's
that-
unbiased, but it's Xbox.
I'm sorry. I
I
gotta
think
get it
that
when I
in
can.
1 year, PlayStation will continue to maintain and hold the victory that they've gained so far. I think that in 2 years, that
Xbox.
will have completely reversed and Xbox will lead the pack again. Because it will take that long for the foothold to grip in on what all extra else is offered. I will say that a differentiating point or something that would completely sink the other side would be the ability to go a half generation with this, such as you take it to any Best Buy store, and I say Best Buy because they're a national chain. They already have the Geek Squad in place, so don't give me, just Best Buy fanboy hate. But if you could take your Xbox One or your PlayStation 4 to Best Buy in 4 years, and for $150 or $200 upgrade the graphics processor or the motherboard or whatever would be the appropriate one, and go a half generation, then that would be the clear victor. Uncontested victor, because it would put you on the next plane for the least amount of money. So in 1 year,
Fair.
PlayStation is still the leader in game sales. PlayStation is still marketing better. In 2 years, it all gets reversed when people start maximizing the ability to use all of the features and content available in the Xbox One.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, I think the Xbox One will. It appeals to more people because of its non-gaming features, such as like
Yeah.
the NFL thing, the sports, being able to control your television and things like that. So I get that. I don't expect the PlayStation 4 to sell to mom who wants to use it for fitness. That's what the Xbox Fitness app is for. Are you kidding me?
That's what the Wii U is for.
That's what the
That's
Wii U
what
is
the
for.
gym is for, and going outside
80% of
and
people in
running.
America.
What is
All the
outside?
way-
I'm so pale. I don't get the good.
I know the graphics out there suck. Like, it's not that good.
You know, I can respect that though.
Straight
So I noticed something about I don't know what they're talking about in the chat. I don't. They're talking about exclusives, like the launch titles and stuff. And I will say I prefer the PlayStation's launch titles just for this reason, because I'm a Killzone fan. I've liked that series for a while, so that appeals to me more than, say, Forza or Dead Rising, series that I haven't really gotten into. So that's why in NAC, to me, though it flopped as far as review goes, we all know that. But it seems like a fun game that kind of I can reminisce and bring up some of those old memories from games like Spyro, which I did enjoy. We all know Whackman hates Spyro, but I don't know. I liked the PlayStation launch lineup, even though Drive Club and Watch Dogs was removed from it, which was 2 huge hits. I will say that Xbox One does have a lot more titles. I mean, they have tons more launch titles than PlayStation. But I also like the fact that PlayStation has some free-to-play games, even though I absolutely hate the free-to-play model.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool that it at least gives me the option to try some of those games, like Blacklight Retribution and Warframe, which are hugely popular on the PC. So that's why I like the PlayStation 4 launch lineup a little bit better. I know other people have different pins, but I wanted to put that out there because I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Well, the thing with exclusives as it relates to console quality is that it's all opinion, so I don't know if you can give one side a check mark and say this side's exclusive or better because it's all opinion based. So I don't think that should even be in the argument, personally.
No, that's a good point. I just want to make that opinion because I don't know what y'all were talking about over there, but I wanted to make my statement and stand up for PlayStation.
Stand up for something. You have put so much in this group chat that I can't find what's next. Jameis Winston.
Oh, we're gonna go that route, huh? All right, let's go, Jameis. Inform me.
No,
what happened to Jameis?
You know what? I feel like
Yeah, y'all go ahead
somebody.
and take that.
I feel like
Wait,
somebody.
you know what? Let's just
needs
get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way.
Oyster needs
Oregon
to.
lost Oregon is going nowhere. Oregon pisses me off because they're crybabies, and I'm not happy with them. I've moved on to the Trailblazers, who are actually on an 11 win streak, so we'll go with that. Let's move on.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I had to get that out of the way because you wanted to say something about Oregon, and I'm going to go on my rant, and I'm not very happy about that.
Well, we ain't even got to Oregon yet. You can just hold on.
I already said it. We're done with Oregon.
Oregon doesn't play anybody.
Oh, okay.
Dun dun dun.
That's because the Pac-12 doesn't have anybody. Dun dun dun.
Wow. How
Who's
many
that?
ranked teams?
Since I don't know sports, I'm just gonna provide sound
Boston,
effects like every now and then.
Boston College could beat Stanford.
Whackman, I know that you're not a completely ignorant football fan. Why do you give Stanford no respect? Because you make yourself sound dumb.
Who do they play, man? I mean, you're gonna say that the teams that like Oregon can't beat Stanford because Oregon doesn't play anybody. That means Stanford doesn't play anybody either.
Who is Florida State beaten outside? Unless I'm not.
We've had this conversation. It's a rehash.
Outside. No. Here's what my point is. Stanford plays the rest of the Pac-12, which is a pretty good conference.
Which is second best conference.
I think the ACC is better, but that's my opinion. Who is Florida State beaten outside the ACC?
Everybody they play. They haven't played much outside the ACC. They beat Idaho.
Woo!
Idaho is one of the worst Division I programs in the last 2 decades.
They were 1-9 coming into that game.
Yeah, that was a doozy.
Our high school football team was 1-11, I think, this year.
80-14. Jameis Winston, go ahead, Oyster. You need a release valve. Please blow it now. I know you.
This is not where I'm gonna blow up because I'm gonna.
I'll give my 2 cents.
Considering the serious nature of the situation in general, I'm not going to rant about it probably. But basically, for those of you who don't know, Jameis Winston, Florida State's quarterback, who's probably going to win the Heisman at this point.
Yep.
And make an appearance in the national championship and possibly win it.
He was.
I hope he loses. I'm sorry, but I hope he loses.
He is basically possibly going to be charged with an alleged rape of someone about a year ago.
Yeah, his girlfriend.
Was it his girlfriend?
Dude, they were dating until we played Clemson this year.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, it was a.
And if you want to blow the you need to finish. You're giving appropriate background. I should not cut you off from that.
Yeah, so basically that's what happened, and they do have DNA evidence proving that they were together. So now it just comes down to was it consensual or not, and Wagman probably knows more of the finer details, being someone who's in that area and whatnot. But to me, and I'm not saying that it was a rape by any means, because it's completely alleged. I don't have access to any of the facts. I have no way of knowing. And I think Jameis Winston is a good person, so I have no way of saying whether it was or wasn't. But some of the evidence that has come up around the situation screams cover up to me, as far as the context of what some stuff was said. So, for examples of this, when I forget who it was, but some prosecutor or something allegedly told the alleged victim that she would get raked over in this college football town if she went after the star quarterback. So she might not want to attack the case or something like that. Wow. Comments like that.
That's a telephone
and the fact
game. I'm sorry.
No, but in the fact that the prosecutor or the state attorney, whoever it is pushing back whether they're going to actually charge him or not, also says we're trying to keep our quarterback in as long as we can before we have to possibly charge him with something. So I'm not saying that he did it by any means. I'm just saying there are some peculiar things that have happened surrounding it.
My turn. My turn. December last year, an intoxicated female who happens to be Jameis Winston's estranged girlfriend at the time. This is according to news sources here locally, Tallahassee, Florida. An intoxicated female who is Jameis Winston's estranged girlfriend makes a report with Tallahassee Police Department that she has been raped by an individual who was 5'7" to 5'9", 240 pounds, black male. And with a muscular build. Jameis Winston's 6'4", by the way. Other than that, he actually fits the profile. The case was investigated by TPD.
He was told not to tell nobody. Get to that part.
Yeah. The TPD investigator told her that her allegations. No, the TPD investigator reportedly told a friend of her attorney that it's not a good idea to make allegations like that against a a football player in a college town.
Quarterback.
He wasn't a star quarterback.
Everybody knew he was going to be. Points irrelevant.
No. People around here thought Coker was going to start this year.
I did not. I heard about him beating out Coker in training camp, but everybody.
It wasn't training camp at this point.
Whatever. Nobody
knew Jameis Winston in December.
Nationally, Jameis Winston had way more. I had heard of Jameis Winston last football season when he was redshirted. I had not heard of Coker.
Coker was our starting quarterback coming into this year in December.
He's still a high-profile name, though. You cannot deny that, especially around there.
And I'm a huge anyway. So it's telephone game that a cop said it's not a good idea to make these allegations against a football player in a football town. It sounds to me like it's a misconstrued word of warning of the seriousness of the nature of the allegation. That's just, are you sure that this is what you said? You misconstrue that, and you'll get raped if you say that around here. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, move on. DNA evidence is found. They obviously had sex. That's the only way it works out. Plain and simple. They were dating off and on up until the Clemson game of this year. And it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess it's the Rihanna rule that you go back to the person who beat you.
Girls are stupid, man.
Girls are stupid.
It's just that.
It doesn't make any sense for her to say that he raped her. Rape is something that lives with you forever, and I don't take it lightly by any means. Why would that abhorrent act be forgiven to the point where they get back together for such a great period of time? Great meaning long period of time, all the way up to the Clemson game of this year. The case was closed by TPD as being unfounded. Then that means the police department went through it. They couldn't find anything to do with it. As far as the favoritism and the bias, Willie Meggs is our state attorney, who has got it in his hands right now, looking at the case, is known for punishing football players and athletes. He has gone on the record as saying he holds athletes to a higher standard and has charged football players around here and in Florida. I mean, it's a joke back and forth that the Gators can't put anybody on the field because they're all in jail, and that's a sad thing when they want to play the criminals at the end of the year. It's because Willie Meggs...
Have you ever charged a probable Heisman winner in the middle of an undefeated season with national championship implications on the line?
That's a real convenient time to bring it back up now, isn't it?
So
there's two sides to that coin.
I'm just saying.
I didn't care about it. I even wanted to date him again. Oh, wait a minute. He's going to be super awesome, wonderful. When's the best time to bring it up? When there's 3 weeks left that's all you'll talk about.
And all eyes are on him.
And all eyes are on him. And if he raped her, then throw him under the jail and bury him. But if she's making false accusations, that hole can still be filled.
Right, and I'm not saying by any means, like I said, that I personally believe that it most likely is a false accusation. I'm just saying, now the rape was reported when it allegedly happened, right? Like, she didn't wait this whole time to report it. She reported it back then.
It was an appropriate time frame because they did a DNA rape kit on her.
Okay, so my thing is that if they were dating, why would she make that false accusation right as it happened? Like, why? That doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay,
she was
me and my boyfriend had consensual sex. We're dating right now. He's a football player for Florida State. I'm drunk, so I'm gonna call and tell the police he raped me. That doesn't make any sense. Even if you're drunk, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
It does if he stopped. Or if he wanted to bring in another girl and it got you
Morgan.
mad, or
No.
no. Wait a minute, Rain Man. What did you say earlier?
I'm talking about Bondfire. I said he's Captain Morgan.
No, I said you said
Hey-o.
girls were stupid.
No,
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Actually, in fairness, that is a good question.
Let me ask you this. Because obviously the investigation is ongoing. I'm assuming. Am I correct in saying that?
Willie Meggs is investigating at this point, yes.
Okay. If he wins the Heisman, goes to the national championship, and is convicted, will that Heisman be taken away? Because
College
of
football, absolutely. Everything he did will be taken away.
Well, here's
Good.
The,
I don't know.
Those of you don't know, and I'm sure that Whackmed knows this because he's a Florida State guy. But it's a school rule at Florida State. Like it's in their written rules that if a player is even charged with a crime, a felony, charged with a felony, they're suspended indefinitely until it's resolved. Which is why the fact that they keep pushing off the potential charging, they say next week at the earliest, so it now might be longer. That tells me that are they going to try to push this off until the season?
They were pushing off the decision of whether to charge him or not. What they said was next week we will say yes or no, we will or we will not charge him. Yeah, they're not saying we're going to charge him, we're just pushing it off. That's not what they're saying. What they're saying is we're investigating, we should be able to give you an answer next week. And then last week came, and what they said was, we just can't tell yet. We need to do more investigating, which sounds to me, it sounds to some like a cover-up. It sounds to me like they're actually doing real investigation and trying to find real answers. The thing is, how do you come up with real answers whenever you're talking about, this guy and that girl dated? Well, they had sex. Was it consensual? I don't know. They had sex all the time. They've been dating.
It's a he said, she said. Okay, right. And here in Whackmed, the fact is you can come up with a perfectly valid counterpoint to everything that I say, which you've done so far. But that doesn't change the fact that you could be wrong and all of the stuff that. And I could be wrong too. I'm just saying there's definitely evidence there that suggests that something's being covered up. I'd say there's about a 10% chance that it is, but you can't just blow it over and say it's absolutely not. There's definitely something there.
Well, it depends on what you mean something there. They had sex. Whether or not it was consensual is the something there.
The something there is that they keep pushing off whether they're going to charge him or not. And most of the time, it doesn't take this long to decide if you're even going to charge him. Not even convict him, not when the court dates can be anything, but if they're even going to charge him with the crime.
They decided for 10 months that it wasn't worth charging him. For 10 months, they said no.
No, they blew it under the rug, dude.
No, they didn't. The TPD closed the case. It was
then not why, if they closed the case before, then why are they reopening it now if they have no new information?
Because the Tampa Tribune issued a public records request to the Tallahassee Police Department and pulled it into the media limelight and said, you mean Jameis was maybe charged to this and wasn't? And it went wildfire because he's the hottest thing on the sports scene right now.
Yeah, and if they had actually investigated before, like you're saying, and closed the case, they would have said, we looked into this completely, we didn't find anything there, and we closed the case, and they shouldn't have reopened it.
That's what they said.
And well, then why are they reopening it?
TPD did not reopen the case. The state's attorney
Well, then what's going on right now? Why are they doing what they're doing right now?
The state's attorney went over their head because he's the investigator. He is the legislative part of, he went over TPD's head and said, we're going to look into it anyway. And at this point, the alleged victim has gone to the state's attorney and said, please drop this. And they're still looking into it. Do what?
Give me a source for that. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying.
I listen to most of this WFLAFM.com, the morning show with Preston Scott, and he covers it most of the time on my way to work.
Okay, that's fair. Victim's probably going and saying that because he's probably getting death threats at her house now. Let's just be honest.
As probably as Jameis Winston for raping a poor, defenseless young lady.
Sure. Now, do you think, is it completely beyond your belief that it's possible for the Tallahassee Police Department, the local police department in a football state with a football player on a good football team who a lot of people believe is the future of that football team, and that wasn't set in stone at this point, but it's possible. A lot of people thought that. Could turn a complete blind eye to a iffy rape call from a drunk girl.
I think that it would be completely against and atypical of everything they've done in the past. I mean, we have at least one athlete arrested a year.
But do you think it's impossible?
I would... Impossible? No. Improbable? Absolutely. Because it would be more... To them, it would be a public relations... Public relations around here is huge. Political correctness is huge. And for a cover-up to happen is like a career-ending thing around here.
It's a career-ending thing anywhere. I'm just saying, we can move on, because people want us to move on, unless anybody else has anything to add, because we've hogged all the time. But
I just gotta say, I side with Oyster. I just think it's a little fishy. Again, I don't know all the details, and I tuned out a few times when you guys were giving me details. I'll be honest, but I don't know. It just seems a little fishy. It just seems a little fishy, and part of it, I'm sure, is a little bitterness inside.
And that's why when it comes to crimes, it's not innocent until proven guilty anymore.
Well, there you go. There you go, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's a typical 3-bar exploits right there. I'm usually the middleman in there, and I'm just like, whoa.
yeah,
But
they'll probably end up with nothing.
But I know with TPD, it is usually strictly business.
Gaming.
Speaking of strictly business, wasn't there like a game tournament or something this past weekend? I don't know. I don't follow that stuff.
That's how you feed a segue.
Yeah, there was like a handful of people there, right? Wasn't there like a handful of people?
I think
Like
some
2 or
people
3
were
teams
watching
or
it on
something
like
there?
line or I don't know, the interwebs.
A few tens of thousands.
Yeah, there might have been a live stream about that.
You know what's funny though? I really didn't watch any of it,
Oh my god.
so I'm really irrelevant to this conversation.
So you're off this podcast for the rest of the season.
I am 1/3 of this podcast.
I'm
I dare
sitting
you
in
to
for
take
you.
me off the podcast.
My cheers, bro.
Well, anyway, so strictly business did get
They
us
did.
actually on track now.
Yep.
Placed 7/8, if I remember correctly. Top 8, I believe it was 7/8
It was.
at MLG Columbus, and they are our sponsor, and they are awesome.
They are our sponsor.
That's
That's really impressive. Isn't that like their second tournament though? If I'm not
Second
mistaken.
tournament.
That's crazy.
It's their second tournament, and the game that put them out went to. It's the best of 3. It's the best of 5.
5.
Best of 5 that went to the 5th game and went to the 11th round of Search and Destroy.
So it was like do or die, basically.
They were so close to moving on that it literally came down to one Search and Destroy round.
Wow. Well, I thought they were like super good at search and destroy, based on what I saw on Twitter.
Apparently, they had a little bit of a hiccup in that particular game, that last game.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
time to have a hiccup,
are
yeah.
really strong in Search and Destroy, and these guys have come out of nowhere. I watched on Championship Sunday a lot of the streams, and there were tons of people tweeting and then being retweeted by Strictly Business about, where did these people come from? Where did this team? How did they get here? And
That's crazy.
well, the thing is, they showed up well in their Oyster. What was it? Where did they finish in their first tournament? It was.
Well, when I was on last, I think
I don't
you
remember, to be
said they
honest.
finished like
They
5th or
did.
something. 3rd or 5th or something
It
like
wasn't
that.
3rd, but it was up there. It was like
It was
where they
good.
are now. It was real high. They did excellent, and now
But
they're
still, this is a giant tournament with really good players, and they're in the top 10 easy. That's just amazing. That's awesome.
Well, the reality is, their team is good. Like they don't have random like scrubs on their team. Like
Yeah.
Too Quick has been a pro for a while. Sensor won a national championship in Black Ops 1, and Fears and Apathy are well-known good players. So they've got talent, and they've actually come together well. And they do have like lower names, like not lower talent, but they don't have as big of names as a lot of the big name teams. So the fact that they've been able to kind of launch themselves up there and kind of prove their talent. Like, this is higher than Sensor Place in any Black Ops 2 event. So they've really established themselves as a top team pretty much already, which is impressive.
They really have established themselves as a top team, and I think that's what's most important. They have networked well. I don't know. I mean, I could probably tell you his Twitch handle if I dug it up. But the guy who went with them and pushed and networked and met and rubbed elbows with, he's up and coming, man. Strictly Business has gone from actually a fairly difficult to use website whenever they first picked us up to something that is awesome now. You got to get over there and check them out. And if you care about Major League Gaming at all, or competitive professional gaming at all, put them on the radar so that you're not just an Optic fanboy. Learn what good teams are about.
Optic at all?
Optic, they beat Optic. They didn't. Did they beat Optic? They finished higher than Optic.
Yeah.
What's going on with Optic is that Optic are money horse and they suck now. That's
you know what pisses me off is that Merc left Optic and went to Envious, and now Envious is doing better than Optic, and I just shake my head.
That's because Merc wasn't the problem, and I tried to tell you that, and you wouldn't listen.
I didn't say he was the problem. I just don't like him still. So
well, I gotta ask you
Jazz
this.
says
again,
it's Freaky Toast. That sounds right. There was another one I was thinking of, but thank you.
So I gotta know, how did Ghost do in a competitive environment? Because I know that was a lot of your guys' concerns and stuff.
I remember Optic was giving some complaints on it.
Yeah,
because they got their tails beat.
Optic just sucks now. I mean, let's just be honest about it.
I don't know.
It just goes to show you it's all about branding.
Yeah, they've turned into...
Yeah.
Optic is the Dallas Cowboys of pro gaming.
Oh, good.
They used to be really good. They used to be really good, and then after that, they're not as good anymore. But their name was so built already that that you can't take them down, no matter how much better you are. And they're at this point, you cannot. If any of them were to like come on this show right now and tell me that they're not in it for the money to my face, I would call them a liar to their face.
Of course, they're in it for the money.
They don't practice
like 24/7 stream.
After every
ad
event,
revenue.
After every event,
they're rolling.
They make some excuse video.
yeah.
They say we weren't prepared enough, or there's some reason somebody was on vacation or something. We can practice enough, or we weren't used to the new game, or we've been really busy streaming. All they do is make excuses, while the other pro teams are over there grinding their ass off to get better and blowing them out of the water and still not getting half the recognition.
You know,
and it's a broken system, and it's frustrating to watch good teams get overlooked because Optic has all these fanboys that don't know anything about competitive COD except for that Nadeshot has a lot of YouTube subscribers.
I've been watching the tweets go up. I follow not a ton of people on Twitter that are in the pro gaming. I follow Sensation or Sensor or whatever he goes by. I follow Rambo because I think he's like the most intelligent breakdown player there is in pro gaming right now. And a few others. When it comes to those two in particular, all night, like right now, Sensation just posted Pro 8s. Come, he wants you to go. Don't do this, but he wants you to leave my stream and go watch his stream. He wants to scrim. He's asking people to scrim every night. Rambo is looking for people to scrim every night. That's practice. And you know what Optic's doing? They're playing Minecraft every night.
Yeah.
And you know what Optic does? They say we don't want to stream all of our strategies because we know a lot of people watch. We don't want to stream our scrims because lots of people watch and they'll steal our strategies. Bull crap. Everybody streams their scrims.
Don't worry. Nobody wants to know how to lose.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
I was going to say, you know what's funny about those little quote-unquote apology videos that those Optic guys do is, like, they'll get, like, 1 million plus views, and it's just some BS excuse, like you were saying, like, man, I was streaming Minecraft, and, I was making a house and with my Legos. It was
this
pretty
creeper
cool.
came up and was like, what?
Yeah, man, this, like, creeper thing, and I hit it with my stick that I built out of, like, some firewood that I cut down a tree, and I made, like, $1,000 off some ad space, and that's why we lost Call of Duty. Like we're not, because we're playing Minecraft.
The way you said that, like, that's why we lost Call of Duty. Is because we
Call of
got
Duty.
killed by a
That
creeper
could be
with
a
tree
stream
stick.
highlight because that was pretty money. But
That was good.
But the thing is,
Optic
it's
has
like
a team house.
it's like they have reached this high level, and they're just their name is so big that it doesn't matter anymore what happens.
That's
Like
right.
you're saying,
you
they have
nailed
all
it.
these families. It doesn't, and it's like they don't care because they know no matter what, if Optic is on the screen, somebody is going to watch it. They're going to get paid, and it doesn't matter if they win, lose, draw, get dead last. It doesn't matter. Their name is Optic. Everybody knows
That's
who it is.
exactly right.
The viewership was
Give this guy
bad
a
for this
cookie.
event. The viewership was bad for this event compared to other events, and it was about half of Anaheim, if I remember correctly. The numbers that I saw was about half the viewership of Anaheim with Optic playing, and it was half of that without Optic playing, half of that number. So they live and die by Optic, and Jazz. I want to give Jazz a shout out because in the chat, Jazz brought up a good
That's
point.
hilarious. I'm sorry, but that's funny.
Jazz said that, and he did say that this podcast is more exciting than playing games, which is also true. But he said that no other top team really has a team house except for, I think, Envy does, and
Envy does.
there are a few teams that have team houses. But Optic is placing top 16, and they live together. Like they should be practicing together 8 hours a day at least. If they live together.
They know when somebody else is finding diamonds.
man. Minecraft.
I'm hitting creepers with my stick.
Dude, my
trick
Minecraft
thing.
game is so hard.
So good, man. Making Legos. Making boats and Legos.
Boats and
I'm
Instead of
sorry.
boats and hoes, it's boats and Legos.
Boats and hoes.
Boats and Legos.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
Legos.
We talked
and
about
boats.
Strictly Business, then we talked about Optic Stucky, and then then Bonfire went Silly Steven and talked about them playing Minecraft.
And that was not silly, Steven.
That was
It was
not
close.
Silly Steven.
It was close.
That was my impression of if you were to take all the Optic guys and put them into one human being. That was my impression.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, you guys
I've
didn't answer my
never
question
watched
on a serious note.
an
Oh, sorry. Go
Optic
ahead.
video.
No, go ahead.
I've watched like 10 seconds of one Optic video in my entire life. That was like 2 years ago. So I can't really talk too much crap.
Really though, you guys didn't answer my question. How did Ghost do on the competitive
It
scene?
did well.
Really?
Yeah, you die so fast in competitive anyway. Like even the Black Ops, you die really fast in competitive.
Yeah.
I was looking at them going, I wish I could get people to die that fast. They stay on target so well.
Yeah, I've
so
seen that.
my hats are off to especially people that can take down Twitch shooters like Proofy, and I hate him, but Killa, and I don't hate him. I hate his attitude. And Censor. People that are that fast and that close on the draw. The maps that they played, one of the maps they played Octane. Guys, help me out in the chat here. They played Octane a lot. They played... Wow.
Warhawk was a map, wasn't
I
it?
watched about an hour of it, but I ain't played the game, so I don't really know the maps too much. I mean,
they
I
played-
Did it play
I was
Stonehaven?
in and out of
No.
that string.
I didn't think
Did not
so.
play
It's gonna be all
Stonehaven.
those super tiny maps.
If I were running MLG, I'd make it all Stonehaven.
But
Yes.
I don't
Oyster?
remember that they played
That's why
Strike Zone.
I like you, buddy. I like that.
They did play Strike Zone, Jazz? Okay. I was disappointed that they didn't do search. I didn't see any search and rescue. All I saw was search and destroy. And Blitz, they played Blitz. They actually play Blitz the way Blitz is supposed to be played. Like I was
Really?
watching and
How do you play Blitz?
Well,
It's terrible.
I was watching Envious on this in particular. They were
Let's
playing
be honest here.
Blitz on Octane. The only person that crossed midline was Rambo. He went negative, mega negative, and had like 6 or 8 caps. All 3 of them stayed back to defend. So when they spawned, they were still back in to defend. They had 3 defenders and 1 aggressor, and it was Rambo because of his knowledge of the spawns. Again, a testament to his COD playability. And he was the only one that went across. There were other teams that just bull rushed the other side. they didn't make it very far. They didn't make it throughout the tournament. But the teams that split it up and did 2 rushers, 2 defenders, 1 rusher, 3 defenders, I saw that strategy employed in the later rounds, which, like I said, most of what I watched was Sunday. All of what I watched was Sunday. And they did better. It looked like a game that was balanced. Whereas whenever I get into one of them, my team spawns here. As long as you can get out of your spawn, they're all on the enemy side waiting for the countdown. It's not played well in pubs, but it seems to be played well in pros. And I don't know what they feel. I haven't seen any of them tweet what they think about it. But Blitz actually seemed to work, and I don't know what the third. It was a variation of domination, and I didn't watch enough of the domination matches to catch what the rules were, but it was really short, and I think they went to 100 maybe. It was short.
I gotta say the Blitz thing sounds boring, even though you said it was awesome and they played it the right way. It just sounds boring to me because you have 3 people camping, and then 1 person running around and getting killed. As a viewer, that sounds super boring.
It sucks.
The commentators did a really good job.
Well,
they did.
There you go. Commentators make it entertaining.
Well, they did, because you
We
could
all know
look
how
and
much
see.
you guys hate Puckett.
Oh my god.
Why'd you have to do that? Why do we get? Didn't he do Dota 2 the whole time?
This guy is such a tool. He is such a tool. I didn't even watch the stream, and I guarantee you, 1, he can't tie a tie, nor did he probably wear one because he's terrible. And
Can
2,
you tie a tie?
Yes.
A Windsor? A full Windsor?
I don't exactly know which tie it is, I'll be honest with you, but it's immaculate.
I can tie a bow tie.
Really?
That's
I
impressive.
can tie a few knots.
That is impressive.
No, I'm just BSing with you. I'm just BS. I just see what y'all say.
Guy chimes in. Acts like, Puckett, man, that guy's a tool. I can't say it enough. You just watch him talk. To me, this guy doesn't play video games. He shops at Abercrombie and Fitch, and you just, dude, find a new career. I'm sorry, you're terrible.
Haters will hate.
Potatoes will potatoes.
That's my Puckett rant. Puckett, come on. Go play
Who's your
hockey
favorite
or something.
commentator?
I can tie my shoes. Thumbs up, dude. I can tie my shoes too.
I don't know all the commentators. If I had to
wear
name one,
Velcros.
I think Golden Boy's pretty good. He's like one of the few I can name. He seems cool. He seems entertaining.
I
He
like
actually
Quiz.
plays video games. I've seen him play a video game. So
I like it when Fwiz and Hastro get together.
Yeah. I like
Castro.
Benson and Golden Boy.
Benson's pretty
Okay,
cool.
so
I like Benson.
I need to ask you this really fast. Do any of y'all watch UFC?
No.
I've seen it. I don't watch it.
Probably anything.
Do you know who Bruce Buffer is?
Negative.
Bruce Buffer, the announcer?
Isn't the
Oh,
guy who
yeah.
does? Isn't the guy who does the mic thing for boxing named Buffer?
Michael
Yeah,
Buffer?
Is that his
brother.
son or something?
That's his brother.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The
his
guy
brother.
that, let's
okay.
get ready to rumble. Yeah, that's his brother. Can you imagine them announcing the
What's
MLG?
his name?
That would be freaking awesome.
What's the soccer announcer's name? Oyster?
The soccer announcer who
Go!
every Mexican announcer. That's his name.
Hey, you could have said brown person or something. That was a little harsh. Mexican.
Brown person?
He
I've
is a-
never heard
he
anyone
is a
call a Mexican a
Latino.
brown person.
Is his
That's
name?
gotta be more
You know
offensive
what?
than calling them a Mexican.
If he's from Mexico, he's Mexican.
Yeah, but he can be
But he's not a
Mexican
brown
American.
person.
Brown noser. Oh my goodness.
No, it's taking a turn. for
Brown-
one.
And
Chat
let's
is
step
offended
over
right now.
here now. Strictly Business Gaming does not condone this.
They do not
conversation.
condone this, and neither do I.
Now we're all the way down to Oregon.
No,
sucks.
okay. People in the chat and on the show who are saying Latino instead of Mexican.
No, we've already
When
moved
I-
on to that. I want to talk about Call of Duty
I'm gonna
Battlefield.
clarify. When I say Mexican, I mean actual people
I wanna
from
talk about
Mexico.
video
I'm not
games.
stereotyping all Hispanics.
Yes.
I mean actual Mexicans. So
Thank
Wrap
you.
it up,
What's
wrap
that
it up.
clarifying?
Hispanic. Hispanic's a good happy medium word. That means a variety. That
Jose
means variety.
Ricardo Jose de la Hoya Santoso. Oh, that's
You were
good.
asking a question, Bonfire?
No, I want to talk about Call of Duty and Battlefield. I love Battlefield 4.
Come on,
I wanna
man.
talk
We know
about
what's going to
video
happen. Whackman's going to say
Tired.
Battlefield sucks, but I've never played it. And
I
then
want
Ray-
Whackman. You
Bonfire
got to try
say-
Battlefield on Xbox One because it is so different from the beta that you played.
You
like,
know what? I'm gonna set
Xbox
up
360 version.
Some people
is
just
garbage.
ain't a Battlefield person, though. I mean, some people are Call of
Especially if
Duty.
you're if you're used to Call of Duty, because
I feel
isn't
like
Battlefield a lot slower?
It's
I
not,
feel like
though,
there's
that's the
nothing to
thing.
achieve
Oh, it
in
isn't?
Battlefield.
Not on. Oh my God. So that's the thing I want to clarify. I'm probably gonna do a commentation on this, but so when you do 32 versus 32, or even 24 versus 24, when you get in those large matches, there is so much to do, and the maps are the perfect size because even if you're playing on some of the larger maps, there's 7 different flags to capture.
Dang.
Yeah, there's so
Well,
much going on.
here-
There's so many people playing.
Here's the thing,
It's
too. If you
insane.
get bored with Conquest, play Team Deathmatch.
In Team Deathmatch I would say Team Deathmatch is faster paced than Call of Duty Ghosts. I saw someone tweet
or
that,
play
and it's
Domination.
true. Because it's the map sizes are perfect for the amount of players on there, and it's not symmetrical and boring like Black Ops 2 maps. There's just so many different ways you can navigate it. You can flank. You can actually play the way you want to play, and there's always something to do, and it doesn't take a long time to find someone on next gen. Now, if you're playing on 360 and PS3, I feel like the Battlefield 4 is terrible on those old gen systems, just because it's not what it could be.
I don't know.
And I know
but-
you're having fun with it, Rain Man. I know you are, and that's awesome.
Well, my thing is, I feel like people that say, it's slow. Even playing Rush, people are like, man, this is so slow. Even on Battlefield 3, people you said,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I would say, dude, you're a freaking noob. Get out and learn where people go. Now, I'm not saying you're a noob and suck at the game. I'm just saying the majority of people who say the game is slow and boring are noobs and haven't got the complete feel of Battlefield. Now, like you're saying, more people on each team, yeah, that would make it faster. And I would agree with you, even if I haven't played the PlayStation 4 version, that I'm sure 32 on a team goes
The
all
unboxing is
lot
beginning.
faster, and there's
No,
a lot
Whackman,
more to
read the
do
chat.
than 16 or whatever it is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to stop you. I just wanted to.
Read the
I
chat!
got excited. Sorry. I wanted to announce it, and then we can do. Yeah, that's what happened. No, but really though, like Whackman, you got to try Battlefield 4 because I know you were feeling it a little bit on the beta. Now the beta was terrible. I'll give you that.
So here's I got to bring my mic.
There we
back
go.
down.
Bring that mic back.
So
Bring the
here's
mic back.
Here's the problem. It's a in 6v6, 9v9, and I would speculate because it's not there. 12v12. What I do has a direct impact on whether or not my team does well. If I go negative 20, my team suffers. If I go positive 20, my team benefits. If I cap 10 flags, my team benefits.
Yes.
In 32-32, there's no way what I do is going to benefit 31 other people.
And that's why it's so team oriented.
I don't
Well,
have a concept of a
here's the cool
32-man
thing.
team.
I mean, if you think...
Oh yeah.
You can get a general idea though of what's going on. So yes, you can. Even if there's 7 different flags to capture. If you got 3 flags, the other team's got 3 flags, and one of them's being captured, what do? You go to that flag that's being captured so you can try to help your team maintain the majority control.
Right.
One of the things I like about Battlefield so much is you can play the game in so many different ways. If you just want to go and kill people, go for it. It doesn't even matter. Go for it. You can do that any game type. If you want to actually go and play the objective, you can do that. If you want to sit there and camp in a corner and snipe on top of a building, you can do that. It supports so many different play types, and I think that's what makes the game so great.
Yeah, there's different game modes for different styles of playing. If you want to, like you were saying, it's not just like with so many people on a team, you could almost play Rush or Conquest any way you wanted to. You could hide and snipe, you could do this, or if you want to do something where you feel like you put more effort into your team winning, go play team deathmatch. You know, I don't know, it could go either
Team
way.
deathmatch is a ton of fun on the like when I'm playing on the PS4. It's
on
it's awesome. Yeah,
PS3,
it is fast paced. I mean, it's
like,
really cool.
Wow, 100 kills goes like that. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's quick. I mean, it's like 10-minute matches, I'd say. I don't know, man. I can't talk about this game enough, especially experiencing the PC equivalent. I understand why all the PC people are like, this game is awesome, and this is what I play. Like, I get it now. I finally get it.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is to everyone. For your respective series that you play, like Oyster is Call of Duty, and GameSide is Battlefield. What is your favorite thing about the series?
Tune it up while he's talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is my mic not good enough?
No, not you.
No,
Go ahead.
no.
Different discussion. Go ahead and ask who.
Oh, okay.
What was the question?
What's your favorite part of the primary series you play? Favorite thing about it?
Yes.
Me?
Yeah.
Anyone?
we all
like just go down the line.
The favorite thing about what series to play?
Whatever.
About what
favorite
series do you play? Like you're Call of Duty. So what's your favorite thing about Call of Duty?
Feeling successful against and with everyone else there. And see, that's one of the things that, like, if I get all my streaks twice, everyone there knows I did well. I feel like if you went 50 and 20 in a 32 and 32, there's a legitimate argument that you did not contribute that much.
That's fair. I wouldn't say that's a bad thing.
My favorite thing about Call of Duty Ghosts is when
Okay,
I'm playing FIFA instead of it.
Go ahead. I'll butt in a second.
So,
Wait, what was yours, Oysters?
I said my favorite thing about Call of Duty Ghosts is when I play FIFA instead of it. Which has been happening a lot lately.
So I've been cooped with Battlefield because I love it so much. That's fine with me. The reason why I like Battlefield so much is the large matches when you have so many people. Because, for example, there's one map where it's completely linear. All the flags are right in front of each other, and it's laid out in a flat, straight line. When you get to that middle flag, there's 5 flags. So I think it's C. It is pure chaos. I mean, everyone's chucking grenades, everyone's shooting rockets. It's just mad. It's crazy, and it's cool. It's fun to experience just the high level of detail and complexity that goes into that. And you'll get a couple people that try to go underground, try to sneak around you, and I like it because I can play in so many different ways, and I can use many different weapons because there's a ton of unlockables, a ton of different weapons you can use and unlock, and I like that because for me variety is important. When I have a game that offers me a lot of variety, a lot of customization, that's going to add longevity to my play time, and I feel like Battlefield 4 is offering that right now, and that's why I'm playing that. We get a live performance?
Well, here's the thing, back to the doing good and helping your team out. In Call of Duty, doing good is 20-2 or something like that, or you're 20-5. In Battlefield, depending on what game type you're playing, 15-15 could be good if you're playing Conquest or Rush, because Conquest kind of matters if your kills are up or whatever, but it's like Rush, your kill to death ratio does not matter whatsoever. Rush is, unless you're on the what am I trying to say? If you're on the attacking team, you want to do good, but if you're on the defending team, it doesn't matter what your KD is.
Yeah, as long as you defend the objective.
Yeah, so depending on what you're playing and how you're playing it, what side you're on, good could mean a completely different thing than Call of Duty. That's the hardest thing to realize is going from COD to Battlefield is you can't compare. Oh, a good game in Call of Duty is 20-5 or 30-0 or whatever. You know, yeah, 30-0 in Battlefield would be a killer game, but you know, 20-10 is a killer game in Battlefield, depending on what you're playing and how you're playing.
Yeah.
What are you gonna play?
Yeah. We got a live performance coming up, people. Live performance right here. You see it first on Core Exploits.
I put in I said It's Been a While by Stain. That's one of my songs I learned a while ago.
That's such a good song. We gotta get everyone doing it. Come on. We all go the same way? It'll be good.
There's no way we're gonna be able to sync that up with lag, but okay.
I was wondering what the lag is if I could sing along with it.
Probably
Is the
too
lag
much.
bad?
I don't know.
We could try it.
Say, say go when you say 3, 2, 1, go. So you say go when we get there. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't think he understood.
What do you want me to say? Go?
I want you to say go when you hear 3, 2, 1, and try to see how close they are together.
All right, you ready?
Okay, so when he says 3, 2, 1, I'm going to say go.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Yeah, that won't work. There's like
It's
a
close.
quarter.
Go,
It's
go,
not
go,
close enough to make pretty music.
Eh.
But you did a good job picking it out. Good job. What's left on the list?
Well, I don't know. It's way up
Oregon
there.
Sucks is still on the list.
We already talked about that,
It's
my
because
friend.
Oregon still sucks. I am so disappointed. Now, remember, I was the Oregon supporter here.
I know, and now you're hating.
I don't think Oyster was hating on Oregon. I think his point was your point was Stanford, was it not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just
even-
wanted you to recognize that Stanford's a good team.
Whatever. Stanford is good enough to compete with more than most. They belong in the top 15. Maybe not in the top 8. Oregon has disappointed me, dude. I am heartbroken.
You're disappointed.
I know you are. I really do. But objectively, I wanted Oregon. It's like they always do this, and I said it,
Yep.
and I had my money on Oregon. But Stanford, in a basement under their chemistry building, keeps a little box of Oregon kryptonite. And before every game, a professor with a rubber glove comes out and rubs it on their helmets. And they beat Oregon. And it's so sad to me. It is so sad.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because Stanford's a good team.
I think with Stanford, they have an excellent coach. I think that is a huge part of it. He is an amazing coach. He's very good. And in his game plan worked beautifully. I don't understand why Oregon couldn't stop the same freaking play every freaking time. Every time. Let's get 4 yards here. Same play. Let's run him. Give him the ball. Guy had like 50 carries. Same play. It's ridiculous. You can see I'm upset. I don't want to talk about this. I'm very upset about this whole situation.
Hey, try hard.
Yes.
The iPhone sucks.
Oh my
Agree.
So, and you wanted to talk about this? This is game over.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's nothing to talk about. It's basically what you just said. But
Well, I disagree, and you can't prove me wrong because this phone here is flawless.
I mean, your opinion is your opinion, but you're wrong.
Well, the opinions are like
I'm okay with people having
buttholes.
opinions.
Everybody
except when
has
they're wrong.
them, and some stink.
Oh, what
But no, it doesn't. I'm not wrong because You can't beat an iPhone. How can
Oh,
you beat
boy,
an
here we
iPhone?
go.
With an Android. Boom.
How?
With a
How's an
BlackBerry.
Android better?
How do you beat it? Well,
BlackBerry.
step
Oh
one,
my
you
God.
throw your iPhone away, then you own an Android.
The
No,
problem,
well,
no, what,
well,
owned
here's,
an Android.
here's the
I
problem.
can throw an
We can take this to a
Android away.
logical line.
I've
wanna-
had an Android and they suck.
No,
Which
Android
one?
has.
What Android did you have? Have you had one of the Samsungs? Because those things are awesome.
I had a Samsung tablet, and I didn't. I mean, it works, but we've explained this on a previous stream.
I can go on a rant.
Here's the
about,
thing.
Android
It can go either way. You can fight your battle. I can fight my battle. It's never going
True.
to end. No
Yeah.
one's ever going to win.
True.
It's just like the Xbox,
Just like the console
PlayStation.
wars. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's like.
You know what I
Opposites
have
on that
found?
one too. So.
You know what I have found to be true though? People who have an iPhone and are I'm not even going to say like it, but that are familiar, very familiar with the way it works, have an extremely difficult time switching to Android. People who have an Android who are, and the same is true in the opposite respect. Whenever you get used to that operating system, whether you like the hardware encased around it or not, it's what your comfort level is and what you've learned to do with it. I can't go to I can't use my wife's iPod. She's got an iPhone. We had Motorola Droids and they were atrocious. I mean, really, really bad. I wouldn't trade a plug nickel for my Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Unless it was for a Note 3.
Well, there you go,
I can
folks.
go on my.
iPhone is a cult, and it's not. It's 10 times worse than people say it is. They say it's how good people think it is.
It is
It's
a
still
cult.
a good phone. Still a good phone, but it's completely overrated by people who are Apple fanboys and just like it because it looks cool.
Well,
It's
I'm just going to be
This is
honest
what-
with you.
this
I
is
don't
what
like.
iPhone is.
I like my iPhone, but I am not an Apple fanboy. I refuse
That's
to
good.
use an Apple computer. I refuse. I will not. They are overrated, and
This
I can
is-
buy a Dell computer that does the exact same thing as a Mac. I used to run a bunch of stuff for my old church on the Macs, and I hated it.
I like my Mac, and I'm sticking to it.
I mean, I don't have nothing against them. I don't.
The one thing I have noticed, though, so like Macs are used for more like professional, like Photoshop and the music industry. Like that's what they use.
That's why
what
the
they're typically
church
used for.
I went all Mac because I ran the music there and did a lot of the music.
Yep.
So it was a lot easier to do the music. It ran a lot easier. It went better with the soundboards and everything. But I personally didn't like it.
What program did you use? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. It's been like 4 years. So
All right, then.
I don't remember.
Well, to
I
say
don't
one thing I've
remember.
noticed in entering the YouTube and gaming world, if you will, is that I can't do jack when it comes to gaming stuff with my Mac.
Really?
And that frustrates me. Yeah, like as far as like let's say XSplit, for example, for streaming and using that software or good screen capture like Fraps, not available on the Mac. And so it's just little things like that it frustrated me over my time with in being involved in this. But I mean, I still like my Mac for video editing and stuff. Like I love it. It's easy to use, and I just like the Mac interface. I've been using it for years. And that's not to say PC is terrible, even though I hear Windows 8 is pretty terrible. But
Windows 8 stuff.
Windows 8's a terrible.
I think we can all agree on that.
Yep.
But
Well, I don't know.
If the PlayStation user interface was available on your telephone, would you be happy with it?
That's an interesting question.
I could use it. It's easy to use.
Yeah.
And the PlayStation 4's interface is awesome. Like you've seen my video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
I haven't
It's
watched.
just simple to use.
I got interrupted when I started that video, and it went into the watched category, so I've missed it. But what I see is it looks like lists. Like it really just looks like scrolling lists. I don't know. Maybe I didn't watch enough of it.
Yeah, just watch it and then tell me what you think. Just because it's like the stuff you use the most common or whatever you've last played is going to be right up front. And then as you scroll over, it's less used things. And then as far as like your settings and friends list and messages, that's all up top. And it's easy to access. Everything's very accessible, and I think that's what makes it easy. And you talked about the Xbox One's dashboard being kind of complicated or not user friendly, if you will. I don't know if I'm putting that the right way, but one thing I heard, I was watching IGN, they were talking about the dashboard and the Xbox One and stuff, and they said that the dashboard was designed in such a way to make you use the Kinect so it's easier. And I think that's interesting.
Oyster, have you used the doesn't the Xbox One have the hand features where you can move stuff around with the Kinect on the?
Yeah, it didn't work for me.
I couldn't figure out how to turn it on. I didn't spend a whole lot of time trying, honestly. But
it prompted me, like, at some point in the whole setup, it said, like, you can do this with your hand to do something, and then it prompted me to skip also, and I tried it, and it didn't work, so I skipped.
Is your Xbox living on all 4 feet?
Yes, it is living on all 4 feet, actually. Unlike yours.
Oh.
Mine lives in a box.
That's
Yours
a
lived
burn.
on its side.
Did you like some ice with that burn?
Did you see that there's a video on the internet wanting... There's a video on the internet wanting you to correct that grinding that I had by, like, slamming your Xbox down upside down.
Yeah, you turn it over and you slam it over the...
Just slam it on something?
Player.
Sure, that'll make it work better.
Yeah.
Hey, real fast before we do whatever's next, I used to install and repair alarm system in homes, and people would call me saying, you know, like the keypad on the wall that you do your code and stuff in, it's beeping. It won't stop beeping no matter what I do. They've ripped it off the wall and done what they can, and it won't stop beeping. Just kidding. I would say take a hammer to it. That'll tap it with the hammer.
Yeah, you had to buy one of those, didn't you?
Y'all still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I said, just kidding. I would say, you know, tap it, give it a few taps with a hammer. Well,
or with a pistol.
Sure enough, I show up at the house and the keypad is on the ground, and I said, what happened with it? She said, well, you told me to tap it with a hammer, and I did. I said, well, good job. I was just kidding, but let me get you a new keypad.
Wow.
So
that's not a good thing to do.
So
no,
are we ready
to
for
say
the
that
finale?
no more.
Are we ready for the finale, boys, gentlemen?
Da, da, da.
We're gonna unbox the Xbox One, even though we couldn't get the viewership we wanted. That's all right. It happens. So we're gonna unbox this live for you right now. Go. Let's see this bad boy. Oh, whoever chimed in with the special effects
Was awesome.
Oyster hitting the soundboard. I love it.
Now, I can't see anything going on the computer, so talk to me, guys.
That's good right there.
That's good. We like
So
that.
here's the Kinect, and here's this cardboard actually has an Xbox symbol in it right there.
I can't see that.
With the X right
I
there.
can't see that at all.
That help?
Are you really drawing on that right now?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Like,
We
I
get
think
the
I saw a draw mark, but...
Wait, so Whackman, I have a question. Whackman, I have a question.
I'm listening.
Before you continue.
Hey,
Okay.
shout out to Strictly Business Gaming for coming to the podcast right now.
Oh,
They just
sweet.
hit it up.
Welcome on, guys.
Whackman, have you actually used this?
Congrats on your
you-
performance.
You're
This
freaking
is the
awesome.
first time you're opening the new Xbox, right?
This is the new one. I just walked in the door with this.
What
and
if this one
started
doesn't
podcasting.
work? What are you gonna do if this one's broken?
You remember that pistol video?
Wow.
I just wanted
Ooh,
to know.
please.
It just occurred to me.
Please.
I will not. I would never do such a thing.
Good. I like to hear that.
Okay.
That's a quote from Bondfire.
That's a quote from Bondfire. There's the headset. Oh crap! I poked the wire. I did. I don't think it cut it, but I poked the wire.
That's
Oh my god,
Beauty of
that's
a live
so good.
unboxing.
That's so good.
The raffle copper's going off now. I hear
Oh,
it flying.
I did not mean to use that effect.
Oyster, have you used that new headset?
Okay.
No, but I haven't had anybody to talk to. I'm all alone.
I didn't cut it. at
March.
all.
I'll be
So,
there, buddy.
Here's something that's actually I thought was actually this kind of sucks. This great big bar
Lower.
This great big bar actually
go.
attaches to your controller, and
Yep.
this it has buttons on it, the volume up and down, and then mic mute. So that's new, and I like that it's that close, but it's also kind of I don't know. I'm undecided. I hadn't played with it enough. So that's the headset. Handy dandy.
I will say the mono headset on the PS4.
At least it fits under your headphones. I tried.
I'll agree with you that it does work.
It does
but,
not fit under my Turtle Beaches.
Yeah.
So half of the power brick cord. I'm making a mess. And the power brick. See, the power brick's not all that big, and I don't.
It looks like the same as the 360.
It's small.
The power brick seemed huge to me. I don't know why.
It's smaller than the 360's brick.
It looks a little wider though.
It may be a little bit wider, but if it wasn't such a pain in the butt to get to the brick, the 360 brick, it's not.
Hey, are we gonna be doing another unboxing? Are you gonna be doing another unboxing of this when this one doesn't work too?
We'll do no. This is it. This is the last unboxing.
You know what he's gonna do if this doesn't work out?
He's gonna buy a PS4.
That's right.
Yes.
And then Whackman, we can play Battlefield 4. It'll be glorious.
And then I'll be completely alone.
And then Oyster will be really alone, and I feel bad. March.
Until March.
Until March.
It's so prettiful.
Hold higher.
Higher.
Yep.
There we go.
I don't like
There it
this. Where's it at? Oh, this one comes off. The other one didn't come off real well.
The
It just
battery,
kinda-
where the batteries
Yeah,
go.
it just leaned. I thought you couldn't move
Can
it
you
past
get
that.
a? I
was
guess
scared
you can
that
get a
was-
rechargeable,
okay.
right?
No, they just give you regular
Ooh,
batteries.
camera went out.
Whose?
Hold on.
They just give you regular Duracell batteries.
Well,
But
at
it
least
doesn't
you
have
got
a
one.
rechargeable battery pack for it like the last one.
Nope.
The last one did neither.
The Xbox 360?
No,
It
sir.
did.
You had to buy those separate, just like on the Xbox One.
Really?
And
Wow.
Oh, mine came with one.
That's the HDMI
Well, you got
cables.
lucky, sir.
This is actually really good HDMI cables. They seem to be.
Is everyone else's picture still rolling? I can't see Whackman.
Mine is.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see.
As long as it's
You
on the
know
screen,
what?
that's fine.
I have screwed up completely because I should have put myself on main screen the whole time.
I was gonna point it out, but I didn't know if I could.
Yeah, you should have. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys in the stream.
My B.
Here's the controller again.
It does look like a quality HDMI cable.
Hey, since Strictly Business is your sponsor, it'd be great if you had one of their shirts on right now. I'm just saying.
I really wish I had one of their shirts.
That would be sweet. We could wear it every
actually-
podcast, all three of us.
Yeah.
I actually need it for an upcoming thing, and I've contacted them about that, and I'll get a
Strictly
response
Business,
soon.
you're hearing that.
I'll
you
get a
need to get
response
your
soon.
peeps
No,
some
they
shirts.
are awesome. Get off them. So
Yeah, they do work.
okay, here's the Kinect, and it's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be based on the size, but
Yeah,
it's awkward. Like from my setup, it's awkward to find a place for it to live.
Yeah.
It does have a articulating.
Oh, okay, that's
bottom.
cool. I didn't know that move. That's cool.
It's articulate, and the
Oh,
microphone array also articulates with the base. Or
Oh,
actually, I
okay.
guess it would be stationary as the head moved. And it has. Stop it! That's not funny.
No, I just saw Archaic's comment. That's funny.
I'm not
the
reading
chat.
the comments at the moment.
Well, he's getting a PS4 and he says to blame me.
Is that what'd you do, Bonfire?
Bonfire, you have got to stop indoctrinating young and impressionable minds.
He's making
You're
America
stealing all
better.
of my friends.
I'm sorry. He watched one of my streams over at twitch.tv/gamesite and he was like, God, that PS4 looks so good.
Bonfire, I'm gonna have nobody to play with at this rate.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be alone forever. Forever alone meme.
That's the
Insert
same
here.
thing as Invisible Friend told him.
We're
about
gonna
a
play
year and a half
GTA
ago.
5.
I
Jaquarius.
have to go switch my HDMI cable over to my 360.
Oh, well,
Ass.
sounds like
Ugh.
you know what you need for Christmas? A
Struggle
little
to
$5
use
HDMI cable from Amazon.
I thought you were about to say a PS4.
No,
Yeah, that's
I
what
can
I
only
was
run
thinking.
one cable into my Elgato at a time. Either way, though.
Yeah, but I mean, fair enough.
Boom.
There it is, people.
Boom.
Let's see the back.
No, I didn't get my
parts.
text in.
You gotta pay extra to see the back.
Oh, well, that's what she said.
Oh.
Oh, hey-oh.
There it is.
So, I gotta remember it's all backwards for me too, guys. Power port, HDMI to TV, optic out, optic sound out, HDMI in from TV. This actually sucks. I was hoping it was gonna take the internet signal coming from my cable and give me TV, but it does not. It only has two USB ports. There's one. Where's
Are those 3.0s or 2.0s?
There's,
I'm pretty sure they're 3.
There's another one right here, on the side, and I guess that's for your
That's kind of neat.
And then this is for I'm looking at the screen, so it's hard. I think that's the connect hole.
Yeah, that looks like a connect spot.
That's a connect spot. I don't know what this is.
It's probably some third-party
Show it
device
again.
they're gonna have.
Show it
It says
again.
infrared out, IR out,
Weird.
and
That's
this,
probably for your TV remote.
It may be. It may be. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And this is
Internet.
yeah, the internet plug. And I don't know what this
pretty
is.
cool.
This is probably how you reset all the screw ups.
I think that's like the lock or something.
Maybe.
Maybe you should have pressed that, and your disk drive would have worked on the original
So
one.
there's the USB on the side. This is the sync button to synchronize your controller,
Oh, okay.
and then the eject.
Are they
button.
actual buttons or touch? I got it.
This is touch.
Oh, okay.
The power button's touch. The sync is a button. It depresses. I don't know if you.
We can hear it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can at least.
And then it has feet. Apparently, these are called feet that it's supposed to live on. You should not see the bottom of my console.
Yeah.
And it's all
you should not
shiny.
set
Look,
it-
you can see my head.
You should not set that on its side.
Whatever. It comes in a box. Like, look. It comes in the box
Just
with
trying
a
to save
handle
people.
so that it comes on its side. When you tote it with a little tote
That's
handle,
true. Fair
you're
enough.
toting it on its side. And now I'm going to screw my camera all up. It's been on its side the whole time. It was sitting. Well. No, it was.
Hey,
Just trying
it
to
was made
justify it.
kinda. It was made face down.
Yeah.
Oh, Boona loves that. Okay, I have to set this up now.
I'm excited for it. I hope it works. I really do.
If
Because
it
I want to
doesn't,
hear your thoughts on Ghost and everything. So
if it
I'm looking
doesn't, I have to stay up long enough to make another video.
If it doesn't, you're gonna buy a PS4. Just the fact that he's thinking about it makes me so happy. It means my work here is working.
I made a video about this.
Really?
Mhm.
It's not released yet, huh?
It's released.
Is it? Which...
Why are you giving up so early on the Xbox One?
Oh, okay.
It's just because there's a problem doesn't mean you have to. It's the one where I draw down on it with my pistol, and then I tap it with my pistol, and then I kick the box out the front door.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
God, I gotta watch that video now. I didn't know it was that epic.
I tough talk my Xbox with a pistol pointed down its disk drive.
It's awesome.
Just try.
Man, you kind of talked dirty there for a second.
It liked it. I'm actually very interested, guys over at Strictly Business, in knowing how. And this is a topic for another conversation. If your guys want to write us a letter or a couple of paragraphs or something, I'm interested in knowing how you guys are switching your pro team from the 360 to the Xbox One, because from what I understand, this last event was 360, and I don't know about Philly, but I know the Xbox One is what the competition's going to, and I'm interested in knowing how the competitive guys, like is it a strategy? Does it even matter? Does the layout of the maps and how much better they look, is it even a concern? Is it even a thought process? Or is it, I mean, these controllers feel really native. They feel really natural. So I'm interested.
Imagine they would. Yeah.
I need to take me off main screen. So that's
That
it.
was a good unboxing. That was good. I like
Thank
it.
you. I like the other one where I
Yes.
throw all the stuff in the air.
I thought that was humorous.
Yeah, you're
I
like,
did that to be humorous. I will be making a video with this one way or the other.
Yeah.
Before I hook it up.
Well, shout out to Strictly Business for coming out to the unboxing. It was awesome. We appreciate you here. We appreciate what you do for us, and we look forward to those shirts.
Strictly business. Y'all are
Way to
awesome.
put 'em on the
You don't
spot.
sponsor me, but you sponsor my friends. So y'all rock.
So
Proof in the pudding.
Agree.
I like pudding.
And I like it when Oregon wins.
I'm gonna pretend
Not-
you said that with a sincere
I do
feeling
like it
inside
when
them.
Oregon wins. And I'm sorry to all you guys. This is the end of episode number 25. I need to go be honest. I did this again last week. Welcome to the end of episode 25. I'm really going to try to cut it off on the appropriate time mark because I know there's a little bit of a delay. So thank you guys so much for coming out. Those of you who were here for the entire stream,
Yes,
thank you so much. This will be going up on our, at least some of our YouTube channels. I'm going to put it up on the YouTube channel so that if you need to review it, go back to it or leave your hate-filled chat there. You're welcome to boost my stats. So thank you very much for what you do. Thank you for coming out and seeing us live. Thank you especially to our guests, Tryhard Engage and Rainman90.
No problem.
We're so sorry,
Guys, I
Maze.
appreciate you letting me be on your show.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
So sorry, Maze Man couldn't make it out. Apparently, a freight train took a dirt road because it saw an ugly girl and hit a power. This is a true story that it took out his cable and he couldn't make us. And thank you to Drifter for tweeting us out, and always Strictly Business for everything you've done for us. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great day. Now I gotta figure out when to cut this thing off. I don't even know, because like if I unclick it too soon, they miss the whole end of that.
I would say now because you're talking on the stream. So
Yeah.
there we go.
Guys, I appreciate you having me back.